The Boston court is in turmoil. A code red alert has been issued, which means a major crisis has occurred. Leisha, and Caleb are summoned by the prince. We're in September 4th, 2019, 11 p.m. in the prince's quarters. So this happens during, at the same time, just 1 month before Coteries of New York. Sorry, I'm gonna open a code one. Yeah, it's not an independent game. It's made by Big Bad Wolf Studios, but I'm gonna give them a free pass as I'm not sure. I don't consider this game a AAA game, even though it costs the same as one. There were some graphical among the characters. I was like, it feels like last gen, but I'm giving them a free pass because it's always hard for a good Vampire the Masquerade game to come out. When there's a good one, it always crashes. It's never stable. And case in point, this one had given me 3 days. Even if it was a day one, even if there were 4 day one patches, updates, before installing the game, it still crashed on me. So we'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed and everything. So let's dive in. Vampire walk among us. Unknowing, we've built their cities, fought their wars, and sated their hunger. For centuries, these creatures have been organized into rival sects, the largest of which is the Camarilla. In its domains, Camarilla courts enforce the masquerade, a global conspiracy hiding the existence of vampires from the mortal world. Breaking the masquerade is punishable by final death. Hello, Shay! You came in just in time. In Boston, vampire factions has long been at each other's throat. After much conflict, Hazel Iverson, the new prince, has sealed a fragile pact with a group of blood sorcerers known as the Hartford Chantry. This alliance will not only provide stability to the domain, but will hand the prince the blood trade. The trafficking of blood and mortal victims that serve the needs of the vampire elite. Tonight, the undead will celebrate. Nacon, this is the studio, presents.
I'll just get this going. There, ready.
A Big Bad Wolf studio game.
Now, to begin, tell me, what do you see?
There's no images yet. Now it's faded into a blurry mess office.
Try this. Focus on your vision.
There's some flashes of dead people, pieces of bodies, puddles of blood, people on the floor.
It's happening. What's happening? No, it's too late. It's too late now.
Hi, hello, Xerxiax, how you doing? You came in just in time. The game starts. There's flashes. This is all the characters. Everybody is dead, even the prince. It's visions. Unfocused.
They're coming.
Vampire the Masquerade, Swansong. This is the title card. Also, the second N of Swansong is displayed backwards, like a mirror image of the first N. Now we see a city, the pan out of Boston. Now we see a color, a name tag, Leisha on it. There's an Asian girl with some boss cut, comb over on the side, looking at the broken mirror. Symbolism! There's a little girl.
Did you feel it too?
Called Halsey.
Take your stuff. We're getting out of here.
She throws the tag in the garbage and they leave this room. now we see
got a
Hazel's
problem.
office. There's a tattoo of a swan on
Call
her
them
back.
back.
Economics magazine, Zhu Feng, the future of something something. There's a pager, and we see her. She's being fed by the wrist. She's being fed by the wrist to a vampire with a beard. This guy looks Turkish. He's pale face. He looks at his pager.
What's going on?
Zhu Feng. This
It's
Caleb.
the prince. We must go quickly.
So this guy's been feeding off the Zhu Feng, and she was on the front of a magazine, economics, because usually eventually Princess Quarters, 11 p.m. MM. She's a black woman
Come
with
on. Damn it. Hurry up.
golden,
Calm down.
glittering body
Maybe
paint
it has nothing to do
on
with the
her.
party.
You know full well I
Hands
was in
and
charge
chest.
of it. If anything goes wrong, it's my head on the chopping block. Fuck. Damn it! It
The
took
girl that's
Hazel
speaking is
months
Journey
to convince
Atkins.
the Hartford
She
Chantry
has
to
nice
ally
tattoos
themselves with us.
and
So
green
they
hair.
finally accept, and then bam, a code red. There's never been a code red in Boston, damn it! This has gotta be bad, MM.
Now we have our first decision. Dialogue. In the dialogue, some answers require the use of your skills. Your skill level is compared with that of your opponent. The higher rating wins. You cannot use a skill if the rating is 0. I have 12 willpower. Using a skill consumes willpower. If your opponent wins, you gain few willpower at the end of the dialogue. X to continue. I have two dots in psychology. I have to fight against Journeys 1. It says it's a success of 100%. Yeah, it's totally Vampire the Masquerade is a tabletop game from World of Darkness, and World of Darkness is from White Wolf, and it's White Wolf is a setting that rivals Dungeons and Dragons. They play with only D10s. So yeah, there's some. Since it's a 5th edition, I never played 5th edition. Some of the rules carry over. So now I have to do a psychology check, and I have 2. So I have 2 dice against Journeys 1, and they say it's going to be a 100%. So the RNG is more favorable in this game in that matter than usual. So psychology, she has nothing to hide, or persuasion, one thing at a time. I cannot select this one because I have 0 persuasion and she has 2. Let's go with psychology since my success rate is going to be 100%. And there's I don't think it's going to cost me 3 willpower. Let's see. It does. Success. That thing cost
It's
me
not like you
3
had
willpower.
anything to do with it. I'm sure.
You don't get it. I was in charge of organizing the party.
But security is Jara's problem.
Yeah,
normally.
except Jara is a member of the Primogen. I'm not.
But you're a harpy. The prince will cover you. You know she's always looking for an excuse to take him down a notch.
We'll see.
What do we do next?
When everyone's safe, we move on to phase 2. We clean house.
Okay, now I have dialogue option. What's a code red? We clean house or change the subject?
What do you mean by we clean house?
Getting rid of our archives, our documents, anything that might betray our network and relationships.
What's a code red?
Did you say this is the first code red in Boston?
Ever since the fall of London, protocol is no longer a laughing matter.
Whatever. They've been harping on that for 4 years now. They took away our internet access. Our smartphones.
It's called risk mitigation, that's all. The
Oh.
code red is an alarm signal that's sent to everyone to say, watch out, we're all in danger. And everyone runs to shelter at the nearest safe house. For us, it's with the prince. It could have been worse.
I'd have preferred worse.
You're not even listening to me.
Change the subject.
What comes after phase 2?
Just pray that it never comes to that.
Come on, tell me.
We run, we leave everything behind, and we go into hiding.
Oh
far
shit,
from
don't
here
ask
as
that for the Toreador.
There's no way I'm leaving Boston. Everything I have is right here in the city. It took me years to build my club.
See?
I've worked too hard to give it up now.
You won't have a choice. I know you hate coming here. Are you gonna be alright?
What do you think? I know how to behave, Jay.
Yeah, I know. Just keep your cool and it'll be fine.
Okay, elevators out. Dialogue rewards +1 psychology.
Ah,
there's a
my
lady.
little darling.
She has marble skin.
You're here at last.
April Bosley.
The fear that something horrible had happened to you terrified me.
No call for theatrics, April.
The prince asked to see you as soon as you arrived, Mim. I wouldn't dilly-dally if I were you. As for you, Journey, someone's triggered a code red. If anything has happened over there, I'll hold you personally responsible.
Dialogue disciplines. Vampire have supernatural ability, usually inherited from their clans, called disciplines. Some disciplines can be used in dialogues, as with skills, the higher level wins. Not all disciplines are available to all vampires. Some mortals may possess certain powers, although most have no defense against disciplines. Using a discipline generates hunger. Hunger as a value that cannot be exceeded. This limits a vampire's use of their power. Yes, so if you're too hungry, it will limit your choice in the long run. So sometimes you want to be calm and collected. If you're too hungry, you cannot think straight. You're gonna go straight. If you have an opportunity to feed, you're gonna take it. If it breathes the masquerade, you don't care. If you fail your hunger check, if the beast takes over if the beast is in control, the beast can kill that guy. Will drink until the blood is finished. Because there's always a hunger. The way the hunger chart is built, it's the only way to fill the hunger to its 100%. There's like dots. The final dot, you need to kill someone to replenish the hunger. Every night when you wake up, you take off 1. Every night you take off 1. If you drink blood, you can bring your level up to 1 of hunger 1. That way, if you can bring it to 0, that means that you killed someone. You drink the guy dry. You try to avoid that. Like, you want to feast. Like, if you want to drink, like they see humans as a renewable source of energy, because they can build back their blood. So you take a little of a human every day, just a little bit. It's gonna rebuild blood, and to satiate one level of blood, it takes the same amount that a normal human would when they go to the blood bank. They give like a pint. So a pint of blood is like 1 dot. So vampire at their hunger limit risk losing control, attacking and feeding in the closest mortal. So I have a presence check against April. It's 1 against 3. The success is 0. So I'm gonna try to flatter April, but the alternative is persuasion. I got 0 and she has 3. So it says back journey up. So I'm gonna flatter April and gonna get hunger out of that. So my 8 is gonna be down 5. Failure, of course.
You know, back in the day, nobody could bat an eyelash without you knowing about it. You must know exactly what Jay's being blamed for, don't you?
Mim. My dear Mim. I adore you. Really, I do. But darling, please. You're way out of your league here. This alliance with the Hartford Chantry is crucial. The prince is on edge. We can't get through to anyone over there.
What does this have to do with Jay?
She was in charge of the whole thing, for goodness sake. Listen, both of you.
Straight gain.
From now on,
Put in her place.
I don't want to hear another word out of either of you. The prince is furious. Journey, you're coming with me.
I don't see why.
And as for you, Hazel wants to see you. Right now.
They nod to each other, and Journey follows April, and MM is alone. So now we have control of the character, finally. Find out more, MM Louis. So now there's a little background for the character. MM Louis, founder of the Black Rattlers, Clan Toreador, Generation 12th, Date of embrace, 1929. Sire, Hilda McAndrew, Man of Bronze. Born in Harlem in 1901, MM grew up in a family of poor African-American performer. Her father, Mason, was a musician by night and window washer by day. Her mother, Clara, sang when she was not taking care of her 4 children. When he was drafted in 1917, MM's father enlisted in the 15th Regiment of the New York National Guards called the Harlem Hellfighters. This is a key piece of history. If you ever see, I think, extra credits mentioned it in the extra history capsule, to find out more, look up the Harlem Hellfighters. They did awesome things. This is something they should brought up in Black History Month. I think this is when I learned about that. But this is a piece of World War I history that was mostly overlooked, and I highly recommend that during your free time you look this up. He also participated in the liberation of France. He joined a jazz band in his unit that became a phenomenal success after the war ended. Pathé Studios has then recorded an album which would become the first jazz record to be played non-stop on French phonographs. Following this success, Mason decided to bring his family to Paris and to make a living playing his music in the jazz clubs that were beginning to sprout out throughout the capital. Life in Paris. MM was 17 years old and was a dancer. She spent time with the elite who would come to listen to her father, and it took a little time for her to get noticed. She discovered the Folies Bergère and their international shows. She auditioned for it and passed with flying colors. From odd job backstage to subbing in for another performer, she proved herself and became a headline act at just 21 years old. Her burlesque stripping act took Paris by storm, making her extremely popular. MM began traveling through Europe, dancing to packed house in the hottest cabaret. MM was young, beautiful, and radiant. Her life was a night as the champagne and money flowed. She was determined and alluring, the embodiment of a free and independent woman of the early 20th century. She had a fiery temperament that soon attracted the attention of Europe's divas. December 1923, MM performed 8 times at the Vienna Carl Theater. On the first night, she was introduced to Hilda McAndrews by the theater director outside her dressing room. MM was immediately captivated by this mysterious aristocrat who attended each of her performances. They spent the night that followed in bar exchanging stories about their lives and their art, their passion, and their struggles. Hilda was cultured, charismatic, and politically engaged in the suffragette movement and the women's artistic community. MM, to her surprise, fell under a spell and gave in to this irresistible attraction. A passionate relationship formed right away between the two women, who became inseparable. Hilda confided in MM and told her about her vampiric nature over the course of the next 3 years. For their love to endure, but also seduced by the promise of eternal youth, MM asked to be sired right away. It would take yet another 3 years, however, before Hilda managed to get the local prince to agree to it. The prince feared that the young woman's notoriety could be a danger to the masquerade. With the prince's blessing at last, Hilda threw a spectacular celebration in honor for her companion, whom she would embrace at the end of this memorable evening. The sound of boots. Having lived in Vienna since their meeting at the Carl Theater, Hilda and MM left Austria in 1934 for Paris, then Bordeaux. Alas, France surrendered in 1940 forced the couple to reconsider their plan. Oh, of course. Austria in 1934 was a shitty place to be in. And then France surrendered to the Nazis in 1940. Of course, they had to get out. With the help of her contacts in London, Hilda managed to negotiate a crossing to Boston, her hometown. Though hesitant at first, the city's Malkavian prince, Quentin King, finally granted them asylum. MM and Hilda were introduced to the court, where 50 years of intrigue would bring their passion to its inevitable end. So after 50 years, they broke up. A vampire couple broke up after 50 years. In human years is like, what, 3 months? Queen of the Night. Following her breakup with Hilda, MM moved to a suburban Boston neighborhood far away from King, political scheme, and her sire. The area, however, with his infamous reputation due to the large population of Thin Bloods and Anarch sympathizer, did not make for a wise investment. But MM refused to give up. She renovated a small theater and transformed it into a club that she named the Black Rattlers in homage to her father's battalion. Then she returned to the stage and progressively regained her visibility and reputation. She met kindred from all walks of life and, against all odds, managed to bring renewal to the neighborhood, which the Bostonian youth began to frequent. The Black Rattlers grew more prominent and became one of the city's leading club, where anyone was welcome regardless of their clan, factions, or origin. In 10 years, MM had managed to create a zone of peace where vampire from the Camarilla and Thin Bloods could sit together and listen to the finest jazz. It was here that she met Hazel Iverson. Charmed by the Venture's temperament and ideas, MM sympathized with Iverson, who claimed the throne of Boston in 2014. Ah, okay. So it's not a recent thing. She's been in power for 5 years. Although the departure of Quentin King and its hordes of minions delighted MM, she still obstinately refused to return to the court. The only thing that mattered to her were her clubs. She had 3 now. Clubs with a growing social and political power that Hazel had not forgotten. Oh, there's one about April. So April, she has a skin condition that she got from birth. It's like she has marble skin. Like, I see some models with that condition before, and they can be beautiful, they can be sexy. It's kind of, at first it looks off-putting. Some people would say it's gross, but no, it's not. It's like they're born that way. Like, she looks black, but there's part of her body that seems awfully white. Like, the inside, like her hands, from knuckles to fingers, they're white, but from the top of their hands to the elbows, it's black, but the inside of her elbow is white, and the cleavage, her cleavage is white, and she has some stain. Her mouth, or the skin from the bottom of her nose to around her mouth and her complete chin is white. The skin underneath her left eye is white as well, so she has some spots all over her body, but the rest is completely black. So she's from Clan Toreador. She's a 12th generation, so 1 generation underneath MM. Date of embrace 1999. She's a kid. She's a fucking kid. She's a 14-year-old vampire. What's wrong? Sire Robert S. Ziegler? Hello, Tyler. How you doing? We just started the game. Bay Village and ambition. April was born in 1970 in Boston Bay Village neighborhood. She studied fashion in New York before leaving to train with prestigious fashion houses across Europe. Upon her return to Boston in 1998, she founded her own house of high fashion. The unique anti-conformist elegance of her creation soon drew the attentions of the divas of Boston. They naturally invited April into their social circle, where she found herself intoxicated by their charm. April found the inexhaustible source of inspiration in the member of the Clan of the Rose. The Trap! One member of the clan was a well-known art collector whom April met and became enamored with. Their boundless passion pushed her to accept an embrace that she understood nothing about after only a few months. However, her lover and sire quickly lost interest in her after the pride of flaunting his conquest in the most fashionable spot in Boston. The first years of April's own life were spent alone in solitude. She found refuge and support in one of MM's clubs, where she learned all about her new mature and the history of the kindred. There she met souls who were worn out by their mad hopes and suffering. It was in this club that she first met Hazel Iverson, a kindred whose embrace and abandonment by her sire reminded April of her own circumstances. April admired Hazel for the way she was able to turn the situation to advantage. April offered Iverson her support and her services. In thanks to her loyalty, Hazel granted her the title of Herald when she took over the domain. Oh shit, okay, I get it. Now I understand why she was talking high and mighty to MM. She's the fucking Herald. So basically, when when a prince gets into a city and claim dominion, she doesn't do it personally. She uses the herald. She goes outside, she meets all the vampire, and she says, okay, Hazel Iverson will now take domain on this thing. And when she did that in 2014, she merged Boston with Hartford. I see. All right. So let's go back to the game now, because there's a lot of lore dump I understand. So this is me walking. There are
Miss
two
Lewis.
guys with masks.
Welcome.
They're bowing to me. I believe they're mortal. I can talk to them. They're servant. They have no name.
Can I help you with something?
Yeah, they have nothing to say. They just stand there with their masks. Some people arguing in the back. They're all wearing masks. All the servants are wearing masks. There's a woman leading them on. There's a guy, an older guy with pale skin. This is Caleb talking to a black guy in shorts. He's looking at us. He has very dark skin.
Caleb.
Mem Lewis.
She smiles like a toreador.
Because she's
Letters
one.
etched in bold right upon her teeth.
What about that bearded guy who's swallowing his bile?
Dejan Siaka.
A Tremere warlock, then?
Keep him at a healthy distance. With a sideward
Caleb
glance, he can
Bazori,
make
Eternal
blood in
Protector.
her veins boil.
Is court attendance usually this sparse?
There are usually more of us. Everyone should have been at the party. She's talking too much.
We should have all left by now.
Are you worried about the Code Red?
I'd hate to be Caius right about now.
Why?
This is Caius.
He's second honcho of house security.
Okay.
This promises to be a busy night.
Caius is
I
a
know what you
Nosferatu.
mean.
He doesn't have a nose.
It's one thing to have been told that the Nosferatu don't age well. It's another thing to see it for yourself.
It's by no fault of their own.
Do you think you'll be able to ask the prince tonight if you can embrace me?
No. Now is no longer the time.
Yeah, sorry about that.
And
So...
he is your child?
Mr. Beryl Underwood.
Oh! That's our child. He's look older than us. Looks like a janitor. He's a real shark. He's one of the members of the Primogen. I don't want to talk to her about it. Okay, I just realized I have 0 hunger. I have 15 willpower. Okay, I'm gonna trust her with that information.
Tread lightly. He's a member of the Primogen.
They're the check to the prince's power.
The check and balance. They backed Hazel when she rose to power after Quentin King.
Yeah.
They'd hoped to control her.
Of course.
What? Things didn't go as planned?
Primogen wanted
I
to
just
control
have a
the
feeling
prince.
she will surprise them. Never forget that the court is a chessboard.
Yes, of
We
course.
are monsters, and we sacrifice pawns. If you want to be a major piece, then behave accordingly.
Yeah.
But
Nothing can happen to you here. We're in the prince's house.
Yeah, Caleb is a
She must be
Ventru, by the
finished
way.
by now. Wait for me. This won't take long.
Am
It's
I gonna
out
be
of the question, MM. I won't let her get away with this.
This is Dajan.
All right. Calm down, Dijon.
Where's Journey?
What's it to you?
Okay, I'm
Don't
back with
start
MM.
with me. She was in charge of the party. She has to take responsibility for this.
Leave her out of it.
It's too late for that. Don't waste your time covering for her. She's not a kid anymore. I haven't heard from my child, and no one's able to get through to them over there.
Go on then. Go and save Imani and stop wasting your breath.
There are rules. Need I remind you?
Yeah, Code Red.
We're all stuck here.
You're such a good boy.
You'll never change.
Dijon.
Hilda
What?
McAndrews.
Oh, come on, Hilda, she needs to grow up.
This
Leave
is
us.
my sire. She's redhead, big boobs. Yeah, she has that aristocratic look. She has a nice hapscot.
I don't need your help.
Mem, Please.
Stop calling me that.
Nah.
I was worried about you.
You still haven't moved on, have you? You're always getting in my way.
Lower your voice. People are staring.
Okay, dialogue. Focus allows you to temporarily increase a skill by 1 or 2 levels. The more you increase your focus, the more willpower costs. To be focused, a skill must have a minimum score of 1 point. Disciplines or knowledge cannot be focused. Okay, so I need to have at least one point in a skill to focus on it. So I cannot bring a 0 to 1, but I can bring a 1 to 2. This is what they want me to do. Because MM has 1 rhetoric versus Hilda's 2. So let's see. Yes, I can focus. So the options is intimidation. I cannot do it. So does she know anything about the code red? I'm gonna focus. How do I focus? I'm clicking. Wait, is that a... Oh, it's with the R. Okay, tie. If the skill or discipline levels are the same, the outcome of the conflict is uncertain. The chance of victory can be influenced by a number of bonus or penalties as well as spending experience points. So 2 against 2 gives me a 30% chance. Can I focus more? Yes. If I bring a 3, it's 100%. But it's gonna cost me 6 willpower. I'm gonna have 7 left. So yeah, does she know anything about the code red? Open and focus, +1. Oh, she brought it down to 30%. It's a tie. They roll a dice. Failure. Fuck. So she focused as well. Your opponent can do focus their own skill. Unlike you, focus only allows them to increase their skill level by 1. I raise it by 2. The risk of opponent focus is represented by a percentage. The more aggressive you are, skill focus, use a discipline, the more the risk of opponent focus increase. I see.
Do you know what this code red is all about? You're in the Primogen. You must know something.
I'm in the same boat as the rest of you. Apparently, it was from one of Moore's retainers. That's all I know.
Who's that?
Jason Moore. Don't you remember him?
No.
He's the human who manages our interests when the sun comes
up. Oh, it's the ghoul.
He handles our assets, errands with the banks.
What does he have to do with this?
I don't know. It now seems that Miss Hazel Iverson, the mighty Prince of Boston, is no longer on speaking terms with the Primogen.
Oh,
as
no.
if now were the ideal time.
She asked to see me. Do you know why?
Okay, I'm just stop for a moment. Yeah, Shaster, you're about to watch a movie with Zersiak. So what movie are you gonna watch? And I'm gonna take this opportunity to Codex List explain many concepts from Swansong in the World of Darkness. Sting is listed the Boston screen. Yeah, I'm gonna take care because there are 2 more characters that added up: Dajan Siaka and Hilda McAndrews. Oh, you haven't seen Encanto yet. Oh, the Madrigal family. You're gonna enjoy it. If you like Hamilton, you're gonna love Encanto. That's for sure. I believe there's been a more hype for Encanto when it went free on Disney Plus. Like there was a small hype when it released into theaters. There was one "we don't talk about Bruno" meme here and there, but as soon as it went on Disney Plus, it sky high. Yeah. He needs to know why we talk about Bruno. Yeah. I don't care. I do talk about Bruno. Bruno done nothing more wrong. Ever since Luca, they've been shaming Bruno for no reason. Silencio Bruno! No! Bruno is good. Alright, so we have a member of the Primogen Council, Dajan Sianka. He's a 9th generation. He's been embraced in 1998? What? By Marie Drichet. Charles Imani, yes? Alright, no spoilers. I will not say anything more about Encanto. Dajan has a passion for the occult. He was working in a record shop and he became acquainted with Marie Drichet. This kindred has fled Hartford after being sentenced to final death by receiving the embrace from a Tremere vampire without the approval of the city prince. Oh, yeah. You have to have the approval of the prince before siring someone, otherwise it's final death. And in some circumstances, it's final death for the bitten as well, for the child as well. So yeah, it's a big no-no. It's a big no-no. I think it's one of the tradition in the Masquerade. One of the tradition for the Camarilla, I mean. This game brings back memories of being God of Wars. Yes, they take a lot. Yes. It feels like it's not the first game that Vampire the Masquerade. I think Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is the one game on PC that it's the closest to the mechanics of the tabletop game. This one is second closest, but they're using rules of the fifth, and I'm not familiar. I haven't played a fifth gen Vampire the Masquerade game yet. When I played, it was a Chicago by Night. It was in 1990, so my vampire predates all of them. Mine is Generation 13. I was bitten in 1979. It's like the gall of this one. No, 1989. I was bitten in 1989, like 9 years before this asshole, and he's a 9th generation. How dare he? So she joined Marcel, the Prince of New Orleans, and specialized in voodoo rituals. In 1998, she decided to sire Dajan because of the exceptional aptitude he showed for his art. To deepen his knowledge of thaumaturgy with the other chantries, he decided to go on a journey that was the same as the one Mary had taken when she was younger. Sorry, that was my beer. Revenge. On his way to Salem, Dajan made a stop in Boston, and Hazel Iverson asked to speak with him. She sought new supporters to counter violence, the power of her primogen. She earned Dajan's trust by revealing that she was aware of his origin, his bloodline, and their banishment from New England. She promised him her utmost discretion if, in exchange, he joined the Boston Primogen and kept her informed of their every action. Dajan accepted on the condition that he be allowed to train with the sister of Salem, as he had initially planned. The warlock was very well received, in particular by Richard Dunham, who was conducting secret research on blood and was delighted by the insight that the thaumaturge would provide. I believe Richard Dunham is the leader of the Hartford Chantry. Dajan went to negotiate the agreement with the Hartford Chantry on behalf of Hazel, not only because she was his prince, but also to exact his revenge on those who had punished his sire. Then we have Hilda McAndrews. This is the sire of MM. Clan Toreador, 11th generation, date of embrace 1788. Sire Marie-Marguerite Carreau de Rosemont. Oh, that is aristocracy. Hilda was born in Boston, 1754. Her father, Dr. Aaron McAndrews, was a professor of chemistry and medicine. It's movie time. Enjoy your movie. I hope you'll come back after the end of the movie. I'll still be streaming. And enjoy your movie. Thank you for coming in, even though if it was shortly. Enlisted in the Navy as an officer, was taken prisoner in England during the Revolutionary War and gradually fell in love with the country. After his release, he continued to voyage to the British Isles. He would on certain occasions bring among his daughter Hilda, the young painting prodigy, convinced her career would flourish there. This was how Hilda came up to apprenticeship in France under the tutelage of Adélaïde Labille-Guérard, a great painter of miniatures and pastels. Rebirth. There she met Marie-Marguerite Carreau de Rosemont, an apprentice like herself. The two young women fell in love almost immediately, driven by the fearlessness of her youth. Marie-Marguerite flouted her prince's authority and sired Hilda only 2 years after her own embrace. What? She lost her own life for not keeping the tradition and left Hilda on the brink of destruction. Marguerite sire Adélaïde, aware of the young woman's talent, successfully interceded with the prince on behalf of Hilda and officially adopted McAndrews. She became Hilda's mentor by proxy. Okay, so this is exactly what happened in Coteries of New York. Yeah, Marie Marguerite sired somebody behind the prince's back. She was executed, and Hilda would have suffered the same fate if Adelaide didn't came in to say, I'm going to adopt this one. And the princes agreed. Adelaide was a strong woman and a pioneer in her heart. Having faced misogyny and slander, she was an activist for equality between men and women at the end of the American Revolution. Yeah, the suffragette movement. She passed on a feminist conviction to her apprentice, who, forced to paint under a number of male pseudonyms in Europe, was chomping at the bit for the fame that her gender prevented her from attaining. I see. Hilda nurtured a desire to take revenge on society, both mortal and vampire. She traveled across Europe to meet the feminists who rose during the 19th and the 20th century in particular. She marched alongside Emmeline Pankhurst, suffragette. She met NM in 1923. Most time since Marie's destruction, Hilda felt that she was no longer alone. MM's enthusiasm rekindled a spark of passion within her. It took a little time for her to fall deeply in love with the young woman. Hilda waited 3 years, however, before revealing her vampiric nature to her. 6 years later, she finally embraced MM, sealing their fate together forever. Disillusion. The couple lived in Vienna until they were drifting in the shadow of Nazi Germany to the French border. Hilda hoped to find refuge. Progressed by German troops who reconsidered the plan. 1940, she resumed contact with her sire Adelaide and begged the London court for help. Queen Anne summoned her. Oh, Queen Anne herself! Woo! After tough negotiation, Hilda was granted permission to settle in Boston under the reign of Prince Quentin the King III. London court helped her leave Cape Cod, which was held by a thriving Toreador community. However, if Hilda hoped to become, with her heart, continue a relationship they've done in Europe, it was not to be. MM won over a new public. In New England, all the kindred were enraptured by her. Hilda lived in the shadow. MM regained a taste of things after difficult departure from France. Hilda became embittered and somber. The contrast between them increased. They seemed to become more mismatched couple day by day. Hilda refused to live apart from MM, despite their artistic incompatibilities. Nevertheless, she felt the looks from her clan began to change. She received embarrassed smiles and downturned faces as she passed them. Her relationship with MM finally came to an end in March 1990 amidst resentment and regret. Advisor Meg Andrews. After their separation, MM left the court to live on fringes of the kindred territory, while Hilda remained firmly embedded in Boston high society. Coping with Quentin King's madness and brutal reign, Meg Andrews maneuvered to gain visibility and power in 2014 as the Beckoning began to win over the city's oldest licks. Hilda established herself as one of Boston's last figures of power, along with Beryl Underwood and Richard Dunham. She conspired to appoint Quentin King's successor and was made part of the Primogen Council. The cohabitation with Hazel Iverson proved to be more complicated than anticipated. At first convinced that she had found the ideal puppet to dangle over the city's throne, Hilda quickly realized that Iverson is not the young, easily manipulable woman she hoped to influence. Quite the contrary. Okay, they put the Primogen put the prince there to replace the mad prince Quentin King, hoping she would be an easy puppet to manipulate. And they got bitten in the ass, and now the prince doesn't talk to the Council Primogen anymore. Go figure.
My best guess is that she'd like to talk to you about Journey. Of course. I always warned you that girl was trouble.
Yeah, sure. I've gotta go. Hazel must be upstairs. I'd better hurry.
Okay. So.
What about Jara? I haven't seen her.
Who's this guy?
Councillor Drury is not here, nor is Dr. Dunham. Mr. Leto's teams are trying to reach them, but...
Nobody's answering?
No. Shitty night, huh?
Lazarus Sheridan. Who the fuck is that?
They've all got such long faces.
I play as 3 characters. I play as MM, Caleb, and Leisha. I play as 2 people for once, and there's lore on every character.
Hey, Abby.
Oh, this is Abby.
Hey, Ma'am.
Abigail Nurmi. What does she know about the Code Red?
Abby, do you know what's going on?
I'm sorry, but I can't.
Please? I feel like I've been plopped down in the middle of a minefield.
There are rumors about Journey. Rumors about how this is all her fault. Did you know that Jay was in charge of the party?
Shit. I bet she's gonna take the fall for whatever happened.
Ouch.
I don't think she's involved, but we've got to be on our guard.
Okay. Yeah, we have no idea what triggered the code red or why, but... Okay, this is where I came from. This is... Beryl Underwood.
We haven't seen you here in ages now, have we?
This is the son of Caleb. And I'm out of here as soon as I can. It's because of the code red. Yeah, I haven't seen... Yeah, we were trying to be away from the console of the court in general.
Let's holster our weapons. I'm only here because of that goddamn code red.
Blunt and to the point, as usual. With a bit of luck, your suffering will be over soon. How's business these days?
Why? You want to invest?
Don't tempt me.
Oh, rhetoric. What is he interested in? Okay, so if I use focus, his chance of him focusing back are 20%. It's 1 against 4. My clubs aren't profitable enough for him. Okay, I'm not gonna use a rhetoric check. I'm just gonna say this.
I'm shocked to think you put so much as a penny into one of my clubs. They don't bring in enough for your taste, Beryl.
You're right. I'm not interested in them. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to be alone. I'm waiting for Caleb.
Okay. So, let's see about Caleb. Caleb Bazori, protector of the Camarilla, clan Ventru, generation 11th, date of embrace 1745, sire Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, child Beryl Underwood. The imperial throne. In 1710, in Constantinople, Mirisha, the king's light, gave birth to Shahzaid Soleiman, her firstborn son. Mirisha, whose birth name was Jeannette de Bazory, left France and joined the harem of Ahmed III, Sultan of the Ottoman Empire, the previous year, and quickly became his favorite. She was a doting mother who was constantly concerned about the child who was destined to inherit his father's throne. Yeah, I can play as him, but I have no control of when I play as him. There are 3 main characters. There's MM, Caleb, and Leisha. Leisha is the girl that had that vision in the beginning of the game. So Suleiman, for his part, was given an excellent education and learned about courtly life with his younger brother Shahzaid Mustafa. The 2 brothers had very different personality. While Suleiman was quite stubborn and adventurous, Mustafa was more versatile and fearful. In 1730, their father, Ahmed III, became unpopular, and the Janissaries revolt against him and forced him to abdicate in favor of his nephew. From that moment on, the seething Suleiman became plotting revenge in the long term to restore his father to the throne. Although he was aware of the problem this would cause, he felt that the only thing to do was put the rightful ruler back on his throne. His mother, having heard of this, made him promise to give up his plan and disappear before the Janissaries could kill him. She convinced him to leave for the west by faking his death. Suleiman secretly set sail one night in 1732. Mirisha died a few weeks later out of grief over the loss of her son. It was said, however, the truth was quite different. Having caught wind of her betrayal, the Janissaries murdered her. The boat that belonged to Janet de Bazory's family took Suleiman to the port of Antwerp, where, in homage to his mother, he called himself Caleb Bazory. He was adopted by a family of diamond merchants who traded between Europe and the New World, and whose newfound fortune grew rapidly. Under their guidance, Caleb sailed the ocean in search for a new business venture. He owned his knowledge of astronomy and mathematics, forged relationships around the globe, and used the opportunity to weave an impressive web of influence. His business dealings brought him into contact with aristocrats whose convention he mastered, as well as with drunken sailors whom he learned to manage. Out of necessity, he became a leader. His natural authority and his ability to adapt won him respect. Little by little, his life on the deck of the ship became his only source of pleasure. He never set foot to his native land again. It was through sailors that he learned of his mother's death, followed by that of his father, and finally his brother Mustafa III's ascension to the throne. A throne that could have been his, a family that he could have saved, no matter how far he sailed. These thoughts were always with him. During a stop in Cadiz in 1740, he met Jean-Baptiste Tavernier, a renowned French explorer and merchant who has supposedly died in Moscow in 1689. In reality, he was a venture seeking to expand his control of the diamond trade at all costs. The collaboration between the two men proved to be fruitful even beyond Tavernier's expression. Bazory effectiveness and his discretion delighted him. In the space of a few years, their professional dealings were enriched by secrets, and the young sailor saw his mentor, the father figure that he had never really had. One calm night, after a particularly turbulent Atlantic crossing, Caleb opened up to Tavernier a bit more and told him about his background. Tavernier understood what appealed to him about his young sailor, his nobility, which, although hidden, naturally emanated from him. A thought came to Tavernier who had never sired anyone before. He began to treat Caleb like a true member of his family and spoke to him about the occult to gauge his reaction. Then came the thorny issue of revealing his true nature. Tavernier portrayed the embrace as a gift. It didn't take much to convince this young sailor of the value of agelessness. Caleb accepted. His embrace was painful and bitter. It took him several days to be able to tolerate the beast that would now gnaw at him for all eternity. Tavernier attempted to focus his child's anger on the revenge he would get against those who have deprived him of his throne, but Caleb did not see things this way. His thirst for justice was replaced by a disgust for humankind, a growing disinterest in their affairs. He now wished to rise above the kind, to use his eternity for previously impossible purposes. His sire, who saw certain interest in it, left his child experiment. Caleb spent half a century roaming the seven seas of the globe, getting rich by acquiring diamond mines and trading companies. He toyed with the laws of man, but scrupulously respected the principle that Tavernier has instilled in him. The mutually beneficial and balanced relationship continued until the early 19th century. Under the protest of wanting to share his love of nature and the great outdoors with Caleb, Jean-Baptiste invited him to go to the Mauricie region to meet an old acquaintance of his, the explorer Toussaint Charbonneau. The gangrel chose to establish his den in the heart of the forest and live like an animal. Despite his sire's instruction, Caleb has difficulty finding Charbonneau. After a physical encounter, the trapper understood why Tavernier sent him with his venture, so he attempted to share his connection to the animal world with him, and as he had done with his sire before him. While Caleb was not interested in his ability to communicate with animals, his talent at tracking prey seemed more worthy of a kindred. It even proved to be necessary in the midst of his forest for a palate as refined as his, which was not to be satisfied with just any kind of blood. With practice, Caleb was able to track down his prey on his own. Charbonneau even trained him to differentiate the essence of a mortal from that of a kindred, or even from that of a lupine. Yes, they are werewolves also. So, they can be told apart. So it's very, even though Clan Gangrel are nicknamed the Wolves, they are not werewolves. They are vampires who choose the wild and choose to embrace nature. They're closer to their beast selves. The onset of the winter season forced the men to part ways. Charbonneau heading back to the Pacific, Bazory returning to civilization with a new skill. Although he would never reveal it to his sire, he was thankful to him for having to give him this opportunity. Settling down in Boston in 1806, with the Napoleonic Wars tearing Europe apart, Caleb made James Underwood, who through the Sugar Trust controlled the refined sugar trade. With the United States under an embargo, Underwood's business was failing. Caleb mustered all of his knowledge to organize a large-scale smuggling operation, amassing a small fortune in the process. Underwood and Bazory formed a close friendship. Bered Underwood was born in 1807 and inherited the business from his father, James, when he died in 1833. Caleb knew Beryl, and he had watched him grow up. The 26-year-old heir asked the man he viewed as his mentor to stay with him and help him, and Caleb agreed for several reasons: his respect for his business-minded mortal, whom he deemed worthy of his interests, his honor that urged him not to abandon the relationship he had with James, and the profits he could make. He felt that his future lay in the New World, and that it was better to settle there as soon as possible. It was with the agreement of his sire that he moved to Boston for good. Tavernier sensed that Caleb has made great progress. It was clear that the student has surpassed the master. He felt a kind of pride in this. While keeping his distance, he remained in regular contact with his child, treating him as an equal. It was on Caleb's advice that he moved to South Africa to set up new diamond mines. Beryl Underwood exceeded Caleb's expectation. He was more talented than his father, and the Ventrue had something to do with this. But a vampire cannot become involved with a mortal over the long term without compromising their identity. Over the years, Beryl's doubt led him to question Caleb, who gave him a frank answer. He admitted his monstrous nature to him. This was far from repellent to Beryl, who became more determined and asked Caleb to give him the embrace. Caleb had never thought of sighing a child himself, so he put off the decision and did not accept until 1869. So this is why he got so old. So he was sired late in life. Beryl's embrace was quick. He immediately fell in power. His ambition knew no bound, and he sought to enrich himself by any means necessary. The Sugar Trust became the center of an international conglomerate that extended beyond the sugar trade. Beryl was involved in every plot, every betrayal. Caleb began to be suspicious of him, and he withdrew, which Beryl did not forgive him for. Over the course of the 20th century, seeing Beryl's unscrupulous behavior corrupting the kind through the environment and health impacts of his business, Caleb distanced himself from the business. He felt that he had created a monster, a threat to all kindred. Okay, the Sugar Empire, that was him in the 50s. The reason why there's so much sugar in everything, it's because of him. The big propaganda. Oh. Quentin King, the Prince of Boston, offered him the position of executor of the prince, which he accepted as a means to escape. King made him one of his favorite tools, sending him to hunt down those who threatened the Boston Camarilla. After centuries of building a business empire, chasing opportunities and eliminating competitors, Caleb derived satisfaction from the simple task of doing what he was told. He didn't count the kindred destroyed, the mortal killed, or the thin blood suppressed. He served as prince with his signature loyalty. When Beryl Underwood joined Quentin Quinn's Primogen Council, Caleb grew weary. There's so much of this. This is the guy with the biggest backstory. There's like 2 more paragraphs. My God. I would already begun with MM. And there's so much story with this guy. In recent years, the elders have started to feel an increasingly insistent urge to travel. Tavernier was one of the first to give in. Not having been warned, Caleb considered this a betrayal, however. He also felt this same need. He was almost ready to give in to it, but King's disappearance changed everything. Underworld asked Caleb to become the new Prince of Boston. He hoped to be able to manipulate Caleb to serve his own interests. But Caleb knew his child all too well and reversed this poison gift. So it was Hazel Iverson who became Prince of Boston. Quickly, she surprised everyone by proving to be much less manipulable than expected, which was a pleasant surprise to Caleb. He then decided to put himself at her service. Iverson was happy to have a renowned ally like him and accepted. His interest in the Camarilla and his kind was renewed as this new prince seems to hold her own and has great plans for the future. It was during the same period that Caleb heard about a young mortal who had just graduated from MIT and had gone to Silicon Valley to found a startup specializing in the blue economy. He inquired about her and finally met her. Finally, he won her trust and offered to make her his goal with the aim of embracing her in the near future. Of course. Yeah, you're gonna be my ghoul, and later on, I'm gonna promise you I'm gonna turn into a vampire soon. It's like what we do in the shadows. Okay, you're gonna be my familiar, and I promise you that later on in life, you're gonna be a vampire as well. You're right. So, get up her with the aim of embracing her in the near future. He hoped to make her the counterpart of Beryl's self-destructive drive. However, Hazel Iverson did not subscribe to the same policy as Quentin King and would not grant the right to SAR so easily. She even saw it as a way to maintain control of her precious Caleb, who was forced to wait, consumed by the beckoning. He could no longer bring himself to leave without having repaired what he considered to be his greatest mistake. Oh shit, he was beaconed! Okay, the beckoning is a call that a lot of vampires feels like they need to leave and go east. Like the beckoning, it's like a higher fight. It's like in the big picture of the world. Beckoning, it's a calling that urges someone to go back east. In Iraq, Mesopotamia, like where the cradle of mankind, where everything started. It's like there's the big, not all-out war, but it's like on the bigger scale. It's like people are beckoned and they feel compelled to go there. And when it's stronger, when it's too strong, it's like, okay, I gotta go. He feels the pull already. Like these person are handpicked. You can sometimes it takes people of regardless of their affiliations or where they are. Like he feels beckoned. That's weird. Okay, so we're done with Caleb. If I knew that was such a big reading, I would have kept it for another day. Reading Caleb, go to the prince's floor. I'm taking the elevator.
What a shitty night. Hazel must be pissed. What the hell could she want with me?
Okay, fade to black. Is that a meanwhile? And so the priest is summoned. Okay, it looks like a vision. It looks warped with different color. It's like floating into an alley, a hall. There's floating wheelchair and other pieces. Oh, we must be playing as Laisha, the Malkavian. She's a seer. She can see into the future. There's floating hospital beds and vials. A neon light onto the side. It's so dark. It's only the room is the hall is lighted by those weak neon light and the emergency lights. The emergency exits. And then it's fade to black again. Loading. Yeah, it's Laisha, unstable seer. She looks distraught, and then...
Is everything okay, Mom? Penny for your thoughts?
Nothing, Pumpkin. What were you saying?
You saw pictures again? You're not going back to the Institute, are you?
No, don't fret. I'm gonna stay here with you now.
I don't like it when Richard takes you away.
He's my psychiatrist.
Oh, okay. Richard Dunham is a psychiatrist at the Institute.
Sometimes,
okay.
I see things that haven't happened yet, and I forget others.
Yes, I know. And you have to slumber so you can rest all alone sometimes. But 3 years was too long.
LZ is human for some reason. I missed her so much. We won't be separated again. 3 years was too long.
It seemed like an eternity without you.
I missed you too, Mom.
I need my sweet little monster.
Mom? What's going on? Why does everybody look so upset?
I think something serious is happening. I'm worried. I still haven't seen Richard. I looked for him so he could explain, but he can't be found.
So what do we do now?
I was told to wait here, because Hazel wants to see us. There are grown-ups coming, and your mother needs to talk to them.
Oh, then I'll go hide, because grown-ups talk to me too much.
If you want, sweetie. But don't wander off. Go on. Show me what you do to make sure no one spots you.
Okay, here I go.
Oh, she can obfuscate. That little girl can obfuscate? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, now M is came in.
Leisha. It's been a while.
And Caleb is there too. The three main characters are in the same room together.
Just tonight. Hazel wanted to see me.
Yeah.
That means she's extremely worried about the situation.
That or she's a major drama queen.
MM doesn't realize how serious it is. She should show the prince more respect. Since we have a background as Prince Quentin King executioner, and now we're protector of the Camarilla, like, we're gonna have more, please, some decorum, MM.
I know that you knew her before, but she's the leader of Boston now. You owe her respect before everyone, and in every circumstance. She is your prince.
Are you lecturing me?
Nah.
First Siaka, now you. Why won't anybody give me a break tonight?
Maybe you asked for it.
Yeah, you totally
Or
do.
maybe if you behaved in a manner more appropriate to the circumstances and our setting, then you'd better understand why everyone is so nervous.
He's got no business lecturing me, or Dajan asked for it. Let's blame it on let's put it on Dajan.
Siaka jumped down my throat. Was I supposed to let him take his nerves out on me? No, I'm sorry. That's not how things work, Bazori.
We must all remain calm and accept any help we can get, even from the most unusual sources.
That's surprising to hear, coming from a blue blood. At least your certainties come from a more solid source than a prophecy from a child of Malkov.
Hey, shut up!
You don't know what you're talking about.
All I'm saying is that whatever the problem is, your hallucinations aren't gonna help us solve it.
Fuck you, girl! This time is different. MM can believe whatever she wants, I don't care. You know what? Yeah, I don't care about you.
And yet, many of the things I saw ended up happening. Quentin King's disappearance, Hazel's rise to power, your breakup with Hilda too. But you're probably right. It's just Hazel and her flair for the dramatic.
Yeah.
Only time will tell.
Only with hindsight you're gonna figure out. Okay,
Good evening, ladies, sir. The prince shall see you now.
Okay. MM Louis, rebellious star. The diva who lights up Boston's night, but bringing light into a world of darkness can be perilous. MM knows this, but she doesn't care. Choose a profile: investigator, jack of all trades, veteran, or free. So investigator, profile that focus on knowledge and skills that allows you to go undercover, extort, or steal information. Jack of all trades, profile that focus on improving attributes and a large selection of skills. It allows for a maximum number of interaction, but with less mastery. Veteran, focus on dialogue skill and the physical attribute, allows you to use the character's aura in conversation. And free, profile with no pre-attribute points. Okay, so this one is knowledge and skills. This is attribute and skills. This is skills and physical attribute. Okay. Let's see how I want to play her. Toreador are known for their speed and presence. Ventrues are known for dominance and presence. And Malkavian are known for their aspects and obfuscate. So MM, I think I'm gonna focus. Okay, I'm gonna focus the physical to the Toreador, the mental to the Ventru, and the stealth to the Malkavian. Stealth and insight. So she's gonna be veteran. MM Louis. Ah, so this is her chart. This is the character sheet. I was wondering where this is gonna come out. As the start of the scene, previously earned experience point can be spent to improve the character's abilities. These abilities are divided into two areas, the character sheet and the discipline sheet. Attributes. Each attribute affects a specific list of skills and discipline. Attribute increase the chance of victory in case of a tie. Improving them also increase the willpower cost of focus. Knowledge. The use of knowledge skills do not have a willpower cost. They cannot be improved by using focus. Okay, so she has 2 physical, 2 social, 1 mental. She's got 1 dot in rhetoric, 2 dots in persuasion, 0 intimidation, 0 psychology. She has 1 dot in technology, 0 in security, and in knowledge, 0 deduction, 0 education. And she has 5 experience points to allocate. Let's see. Discipline menu. Okay, aspects, presence, celerity. She has 1 aspects, 1 presence, and 2 celerities. The discipline sheets contain the disciplines the character possesses, and experience points invested in the discipline increase the level that can provide additional powers. Discipline powers can be passive and may be used in dialogue and exploration. Okay, so I'm not going to touch her aspects. I'm going to be focusing mainly on celerity and a bit of presence after that. Because aspects, I'm going to use aspects for my Malkav. And presence is going to be more for the Ventrue. It's going to be half presence and half dominance. Or basically dominance and then my secondary presence. So they're going to be... okay. So... Character... I cannot boost... Okay, if I boost a third in physical, it's going to cost me 35. I don't have that. So when dialogue ratings are equal, the winner is determined based on percentage. The attributes affect the skill intimidation and the celerity discipline. Okay. I don't have intimidation, but I do have celerity. So 2 dots, 46%. 3 dots, 58. 4 dots, 66. 5 dots, 70%. And then there's focus. Let's see if I can boost celerity. Can I boost celerity? Okay, I got blink and fleetness. Activate blink is celerity vision, no hunger costs, reveals anchor points in the environment that MM can reach using blink. Blink allows you to move instantly from 1 anchor point to another, generates 3 hunger. Okay. And fleetness, no hunger cost, allows you to slow down the environment around the character while using celerity vision. Celerity interaction like pickpocket are available in this state. The hunger cost depends on your celerity rating and the difficulty of the interaction. Yeah, the other one is out of time and this one is speed. Where can I put my points then? I guess it's gonna be rhetoric. Identify, react to social convention with ease. I have enough point to for my mental. When dialogue ratings are equal or mental, it's with what? The dominant discipline in psychology. No, fuck that. No, I'm not. I'm gonna save my points for something else. Okay, so apply hold. Okay. R3 lore. What's this? Lore of aspects. Aspects increase kindred's perceptions to the point that they can discern auras, and when well honed, this gift can become a curse. The divining eye can sometimes break a vampire's mind. Presence, a vital discipline used to seduce, intimidate, and influence others. Kindreds are able to caress with one hand while clawing with the other. This discipline can be used to mask a feeding as intense sexual encounter. Celerity. Some canines are so agile and quick that they defy the laws of this world, but it's more than just their physical abilities. Their alter mind allows them to react to any situation. Okay. So there's lore. No, there's no lore for the attributes. Only for the discipline. Okay, I'm done with her. Okay, I'm meeting the prince. Here's Hazel with the tattoo.
Hazel. Delsin.
She has a cat face.
Come in, MM.
Is this Delsin?
I wanted to have a word with you.
What can I do for you?
I'm glad you're here. It's been a long time since we last saw each other. Tell me, where were you tonight?
Like everybody else, I suppose. At home, getting ready for the party.
How fortunate you weren't running early.
Why? What's happened?
You know what the Code Red means. There was a breach. This is intolerable. These agreements were supposed to celebrate the power of my court. Instead, I've been made to look a fool in the eyes of my allies. We'll have to increase our diplomatic efforts with the warlocks. Send new emissaries to Osborne.
What's that got to do with me?
Don't you worry about that for now. We have more urgent matters to attend to. We bring Journey to me.
Why? Or it's not her fault? I don't want to question her, but I'm curious as to what did she do. I don't want to bark back at the prince, but okay, both choice of answers are wrong in my book. I'm gonna go with why.
What do you want with her?
I have a few questions I need to ask her.
Of course she's not gonna tell us.
If mistakes were made, I need to know what happened. I'm sure that your friend will have a lot to tell me.
Alright, or it's not her fault. Oh, I'm gonna comply. Don't rock the boat.
My prince. I'll be right back.
I didn't bring you here just for that. I have something to offer you.
I'm listening.
It's about the Primogen Council.
Oh.
You know everyone who's in it. Beryl, Richard, Hilda.
Yeah.
Their support was much appreciated after the disappearance of the previous prince.
Yeah.
Quentin King.
But now, they've become an obstacle.
Because they won't
listen
listen
to you. It's been going
to you.
on for months. They systematically oppose everything that I do.
Of course.
It must stop now.
Education, 0, she has 1. Business as usual, or keep silent. Oh, I'm not gonna talk to her. No. Keep listening. Keep silent.
The Camarilla has faced many challenges in the past few years. Many of our strongholds have fallen. I won't let Boston suffer the same fate. But for that, I need loyal allies. Also, how would you like a spot in the Primogen?
There we go.
What?
You've always taken care of your community, MM, without ever asking for anything in return. It might be time you took a leading role in the community's affairs.
Hilda won't let you do it. She'll never see me as her equal.
Yeah, she's
Being
already in the
seated next to
council.
her child? She'll feel humiliated.
Or
I'm
feel
her
that she's gonna
prince.
be on the
She
way
will
out.
obey me.
She's not gonna like it.
I don't.
It's very rare for two members of the same clan to be part of the Primogen. Like, the prince can choose anybody she wants, but usually it's like one that represents their own clan. Like, there's the Bruja Primogen, or like Gangrel Primogen. Here, in this case, it's Toreador Primogen. There's one Malkavian Primogen, probably Richard. And then we have Beryl, the Ventru Primogen. And then we have the Dajan, which is the Tremere Primogen. But now she's gonna put the reason, like, we kind of understand now with the politics why the prince would want MM in the Primogen, because she feels that the whole council is against her and she wants somebody on the inside. So it's fairly understandable why she would go like that. Talents increase your abilities. Each talent is tied to a specific action. Repeating this action will progressively unlock the tiers of a talent. Okay, so this is Threatening, Eloquent, Puppet Master, Charmer, Ascetic, Controlled Hunt, Beastly Hunt, and Rat Eater. I haven't done any of these. Oh no, I did a Rhetoric. I got 1. My next tier is that if I do that 15 more times, I'll get 10% success rate in a tie. Cute. Or maybe I got that after 3 more. Let me see. Let me count the dots. $16. Okay, so at rank 4 I got plus 10 success rate. At 8 I got minus 15 XP to the next upgrade course of Rhetoric. And when it's max, the Rhetoric will cost me 1 willpower less. Interesting. Princess Quarter, trait menu, Hunger, Suspicion. Traits are positive or negative effects that influence the ability of a characters in question. Traits are only revealed once they have been earned as a result of an action, a character's choice, or consequence. Hunger, the hunger level, okay, shared trait. I got 3 dots of hunger for some reason. And Suspicion, as it rises, the suspicion rating creates more negative traits that increase the difficulty faced by the characters. Okay. So I won the trait in scene 1, put her in her place. MM has encountered others more powerful than her for now, something to strengthen her mind for future challenges. Minus 10 to the next experience cost for the next mental attribute. Oh, okay, so this is why they wanted me to give me 1 mental, even though I don't need it. So let's see Leisha. Oh, Leisha is way shorter compared to Caleb. Clan, Malkavian, Generation 12, Sire, Unknown, Date of Embrace, 1939. That which remains. Leisha, she does not even have a last name, it's just Leisha. Leisha's story is nothing more than a collection of fragments due to her memory impairment. Okay, so that's her demon. She remembers that she's from France, near Lyon, and that Dr. Richard Dunham is her psychiatrist, as he always has been. She knows that he saved them from the war in 1939, both her and the daughter Halsey. He made it possible for them to join the Boston court, held at the time by Quentin King, a child of Malkalv like them. The rest is nothing but light and shadow. Leisha knows the name and sometimes even the stories of those around her without knowing exactly how or why. She remembers Quentin King, the previous prince, and his legendary obsession. And most recently Hazel, the first year of her rise of power. Leisha remembers her warmly and fondly, despite only knowing her for a single year before leaving to be put into slumber at the Malkav Institute of Boston, as prescribed by Dr. Dunham. Leisha suffers from sudden vision, where she presents moment the impossible future bleed into one another. She fights her gift in order to be fit to take care of Halsey. However, this does not serve the prince's plan, and Hazel views this power as a way to master fate and bolster her ambition. Okay, so does the prince approve of Leisha having a child? Not a vampire child, a regular child. Let's see Halsey. No, it's a vampire, but she looks human because it says she's a Malkavian, generation 11. Date of embrace 1939. Yeah, what? She's a 12th. Does that mean that Ailsie is her sire? Ailsie is Leisha's daughter. Her Malkavian nature has kept her mind that of her little girl. For Ailsie, everything must be a game, hide and seek, a story, but above all, everything must be done with her mother, from whom she does not like to be separated. Okay. She was the 11th generation vampire, and she's batshit crazy, and she probably beat Leisha. It's like, yeah, it looks like motherly love, but basically it's like, no, it's a bloodbound. Hazel Iverson, Clan Ventru, 10th generation, date of embrace 1941, sire Nathan Appleton, child Miley Sellers. Prodigy of finance. Oh my god, she has a very, we're not gonna get through all of this. I'm gonna read this another day.
I don't care. What I'm offering is much bigger than all that. What do you think?
I don't like the court. I need to think about it. I'm gonna consider it.
I don't know. I need to think about it.
Time is of the essence. You're a businesswoman, MM. I know you'll be up to it, but we'll talk about it again soon. In the meantime...
I know. Jay, I'm going to go see Sylvia first. I need to clear my head.
Do it. You won't be able to hunt tonight. It's better to be prepared.
Yeah.
Bring me Journey.
I will.
I have the utmost confidence in you, MM. Do not fail me.
You can count on me. What the hell is going on?
Okay, fade to black. Now we're in a bar. There's a black bartender who's giving them blood.
I'm happy to see you in one piece.
Sylvia orders.
Hey, Sil. I'd like some refreshment, please.
Of course, I'll get you a glass.
She has yellow eyes. She must be a vampire too.
Oh, serve yourself. But try not to damage them, okay? They're all I've got left in stock.
I get it. I'll be careful.
I'm right here if you need anything else.
The Hunt, Safe Zone. The Safe Zone is a place where no one can see you feed. You can find them by exploring the surroundings. Only one prey may be sent to a safe zone at a time. Yes, since I don't have time to hunt, I have to go to the bar and drink. So this is the Hunt tutorial. Okay. Must be sent to a safe zone.
No news from anyone.
Do you think they're...
Now's not the time to be thinking about that. We're not the only ones freaking out. Look around. Exactly. We've got to keep our wits about us.
They're humans because they have their mask on.
Sorry, I'm a little out of it.
Hi.
Where are they going?
Miss Lewis.
Okay, I cannot feed on that servant though.
Good evening.
Okay. What do they want me to do? I see icons, but I cannot press on them. Okay, the woman I just spoke to, she just sat down.
We're all gonna die.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Follow me.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you gonna follow her? Oh yeah, she does.
Let me know if I can help.
Okay, it says it's a vessel, but how do I hunt? They're not. Oh wait. Let me check the settings. Controls. Skip dialogue. Choose spray. Triangle. Run. Interact confirm. Aspects L1s. Obfuscate already L2. Mask R1, Exploration Discipline R2, pause menu character sheet. Okay.
Good evening.
No.
Do you need me?
Yes.
Why?
Okay, oh, this is a save zone found. Okay, I need to find the save zone first. Prey will naturally be revealed as you approach them. To feed, you will need to find a save zone you can lure your prey to. Go after isolated prey. If it's surrounded by a potential witness, sending you a prey to a save zone will increase your suspicions of you. Okay. Okay, so now I found my safe place. Okay, this is where I'm gonna drink. So now I go to the prey, and then I'm gonna say, you, follow me.
All freaking out.
Okay, I have to hold it.
Come on. It won't take long.
Going.
Okay, now he's gonna follow me. Okay, I need to find my safe spot first. Now, okay, now we're in the private room. He's gonna sit next to me. Grabbing him by the neck. He's gonna sit on my lap. And I'm gonna take up my... Okay, he hands me his wrist. And I'm biting to the wrist. Kept biting. Okay, so the kiss. Vampires use their power to charm or subdue their prey and satisfy their hunger. When feeding on the prey, you can control the amount of blood you take. Press and hold the button to increase the amount of hunger eliminated. I have 5 hunger I need to remove. Fuck. If you do not press the button or if you don't release it before the bar is full, the prey will die drained of blood. Okay, so... Okay, I see... Okay, so I know where the safe zone is. So I'm gonna try to hold it in with R2 until... And I will let go until... Killing prey will increase suspicion. Mortals will be on their guard, while vampire will question respect for the masquerade. Okay. Okay. That goes very fast, by the way. Now her golden makeup is red. Okay, so how many hunger points I got? 3. Some prey. Okay, I was at 5. I was at 5 and I saved 2 points of hunger. Alright. Some prey, their blood emotionally charged, have a resonance that your character will earn after feeding. At the end of a scene, a resonance provides an experience bonus for the corresponding discipline. If more than one resonance is acquired during a given scene, only the last one is a save. Second bite. If your prey survives, you may feed it on the second time. However, this cause to die increase suspicion. Okay. Now I would not prey on this guy again. I'm gonna take another one. Experience bonus discipline. Phlegmatic resonance. This is a trait. Okay, so I have to be careful next time. Yeah, I take so much blood for him, he's lying down. So I'm gonna take another one. I'm not done.
Absolutely divine.
All right, Jay. Where are you hiding?
Oh, I cannot feed the second time?
The mosaics.
Oh, come on. I want to feed more. Oh, it says save zone. No. Oh, I can be here. Okay, this is a save zone. Alright. Okay. I see how it works. When a save zone is occupied by one vessel, I cannot drink from here anymore. So I have to take another save zone to go somewhere else to bite another person. Now I found it and I can go to that girl. There you go. Come with me.
Come on. It won't take long.
Yes.
Okay. Same animation? Yeah. Sitting on my lap. Hands me her wrist. snap! Okay. Okay, now I'm down to 0. Alright. Sanguine resonance. Let's check experience bonus. What is that? Is it under trait? No. Ah, okay. Now my hunger is down to 1. That's perfect. Suspicion 1. That's fine. Talent. The rest of this didn't move. This didn't move. Okay. Boston. No. Codex. No. This is my character sheet. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Discipline menu. Okay, maybe on the discipline. Let's see. I don't see anything that changed. No, nothing changed. I have 9 willpower. Okay, I don't need to drink. Now I need to find...
Yes?
I cannot go there. Okay. Who are you?
Can I help you?
Oh, it's Abigail. As she seen Jay.
I've got to talk to Jay. You haven't seen her, have you?
No. You should ask April.
It's a good idea. Thanks for the advice.
Okay, what's Abigail's job here?
Do you still work for April?
Well, aren't you rude? My loyalty is with the court.
Seems like Bosley's leading you around by the nose, though.
She's got some extra responsibilities, sure. But that's it. I have my own agenda.
Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised.
Okay, I'm done with her.
I've got stuff to do. See you later.
Okay, I don't know if it's watching her feed gives me this urge. Okay, there. Oh, what's this? I went into somebody's safe zone.
Victoria!
Oh shit, Victoria Ash!
It's been so long.
An eternity, you mean? And yet, look at you, as splendid as always.
I've learned from the best.
Adorable.
Is that from the DLC?
How
I think
are
it
you?
is.
This is a rather depressing night for a reunion.
Okay, I need to go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. I went back and got a little snack. Okay, sorry if I overreacted a little bit, because I think this woman, Victoria Ash, is from LA by Night. And the name is awfully familiar, the face is awfully familiar. And I just need to make sure. This is rather depressing. I would like to go home, turn the question around. Yeah, it's true that I would like to go home.
I feel like I'm in a cave.
Okay, so I want to check Camarilla. Okay, Journey Atkins is out. Victoria Ash. Okay, we're gonna see Victoria Ash first. Toreador. Okay, she's not. It's not the girl who I think she is. She's from the clan Toreador, Generation 8, Embrace 1650, Sire Maximilian, Child Regina Blake. Victoria's existence was not always one of gilded lavishness. Born in the south of France in the 17th century, Victoria, then known by the name of Victorine de Perpignan, was a camp prostitute for the French army. Far from lacking in ambition, her undeniable charm and wit won her the favors of Prince Louis II, who made her his mistress. The prince, however, was not alone in noticing the young woman's potential. A kindred and procureur by the name of Maximilian offered to make her his ghoul in order to preserve her priceless beauty. Victoria accepted and was offered the embrace in 1650. Sire and child arrived in England in 1660, but their stay was short-lived as Maximilian was destroyed by his rival shortly thereafter. Victoria escaped the ambush in the nick of time and fled England aboard a boat around for the New World. She was one of the first kindred to set foot on American soil and spent the next 3 centuries roaming its vast expanses in urban wilds. She returned to England in the late 1890s, when she embraced her first child, Regina. Her appearance of a number of bourgeois salons of the time led her to meet Hilda McAndrews, a young kindred and renowned painter whose conviction and talent and admire. Victoria met Hilda's child, MM, a few years later during an opulent soiree held to celebrate MM's embrace. Victoria was overcome with sympathy for the young woman, and her sunny disposition reminded her of the passion of her youth. The harder they fall. A woman of passion and a toreador above all, Ash expanded her influence in the 90s by establishing herself as one of the greatest pop stars of her time. Her song lit up the American billboards, and the mass came down in droves to attend her concert. In parallel with her affairs among mortals, Victoria opened a path to herself to the throne of Atlanta, which she claimed. Ah, this is where I knew her from. The city grew and flourished under her reign. Ash was forced to leave the city in 1999 and returned to London, which she fled in 2008 after the purge of the Second Inquisition. Yes. The resurgence of the Second Inquisition cast a veil of doubt and unease over the world of the night. While many kindred chose to reject technology in the hopes of going undetected by the hunters, Victoria welcomed it. Ash went on many trips and made social appearances, resisting the beckoning as the elders disappeared one by one, leaving behind an extremely fragile Camarilla. In order to fend up his loss of power, Victoria was chosen to seal an alliance between the Ivory Tower and the Ashira, another vampiric sect. She wed Tigerius, one of their leaders, in Tehran in 2018. I didn't know that. Holy shit. Victoria has been back in America for several months now. Back upon her throne in Atlanta, she intends to use her talents to restore her city to her glory it deserves. In the meantime, she's now in Boston, drawn by Hazel Iverson and her ambitious project. Okay. Let's see a bit about Journey Atkins, because we're looking for her. She's cute, though. She's hella cute. She's the Herald. She's an Herald as well? Clan, Toreador, Generation 12, date of embrace 1938, Sire Zitkalasa. Journey, born in Boston, 1904. Long line of musician. Took the stage with her parent, young age. Joined the violin section, New England Conservatory of Music. Journey showed great talent and could play any style. After completing her studies and graduating honors, up for career teaching at the conservatory trainer, became the president of the Alumni Association with the important role of granting awards and scholarship and organizing events. It was one of these gatherings that she would meet Ziktalasa, an honorary alumni whose career fascinated her. The interest revealed itself to be mutual. A strange friendship formed between two women. Convinced of Atkins' talents, Ziktalasa invited Journey to create her own interpretation of her Sundance opera. They collaborated on the project for 4 years until Zitkalasa's death in 1938. A particularly painful loss for Journey was devastated, with nothing left to live for. Zitkalasa has been dead for several months. Then one night, Journey thought she dreamed when she had seen Zitkalasa at her bedside. In this feverish hallucination, her mentor asked for her to finish her project and performing on the stage to bring hope to her family again. Journey accepted, and before going their separate ways, her friend took her in her arms. Okay. This is rare that they met, that a person would meet their sires while they were still alive. That girl has been turned, and before dying, she embraced her, knowing that she would die anyway, so though her first encounter with the beast was terrifying, her fears and anxieties were washed away by their joy of being reunited with Ziktala. Journey embraced the night the way she embraced her music with passion. Toreador through and through. Talent for throwing parties brought some light back to a Boston that's been so gloomy during the reign of Quentin King. Her soirees were praised to be unparalleled creativity. Her guests also came for the thrill they provided, as Journey would sway from total discretion to absolute risk regarding the masquerade. Journey met MM at the court of Prince Quentin King. Enchanted by the talented dancer's sunny personality, Journey grew very close with the Rose. She did under the critical, exclusively jealous eye of Hilda, whose possessiveness was a great source of amusement to Journey. Bound to MM heart and soul, she supported her very endeavor, from her separation with her sire to the creation of her clubs. Whereas Quentin King's Malkavians knew how to appreciate their devilish side, this was no longer the case when Hazel Iverson and the Blue Bloods came to power. Faced with the austerity with which they responded to the fall of London, Journey never ceased to look for new ways to bring a little playfulness and frivolity back into the life. Okay.
The more distance there is between the court and me, the better.
Oh, that's a first. I remember you being more of a socialite.
Yeah.
It's been like this for a few years already.
The MM I knew enjoyed performing for the court. I have a hard time imagining you refusing the spotlight on a whim. What happened?
I don't want to talk about it. I've had my fill. That's all.
Fine. I won't insist. I hear business is going well for you. Your Black Rattlers are making quite the splash. You can be proud of everything you've accomplished, darling. Your name is on everyone's lips.
Thanks. That means a lot coming from you.
Yeah.
I'm really happy to see you again. I wish I had more time to talk.
Is there something stopping you?
Code
Say
Red.
that. One of my acquaintances is in hot water with Miss Iverson.
Oh, yeah.
I need to help her.
I'm going to give you a piece of advice then. Don't waste your energy helping others. Let others handle their own problems. Their mistakes aren't your business.
True. Jane's important to me, or she's right. No, she's right. Victoria's right.
It's a cynical point of view, but you're probably right. I should stick to my orders. Bring Jay back to the prince and let her deal on her own.
Yeah.
The choice is yours, obviously. After all, you know Iverson better than I do. I'm just sharing my experience with you.
Thanks for the advice, Victoria. You've helped put things into perspective.
It's only natural. I'll always be here for you, darling. And I hope the feeling is mutual.
You know it is.
Wonderful. I'm relieved to see that despite the travails of time and distance, our friendship is still intact.
What are you doing in town anyways?
Yeah.
The last time I heard about Victoria Ash, she'd just gotten back to Atlanta.
Yep.
You know I never stay in one place for long. But to answer your question, I came to do business.
For the agreement, I'm guessing.
You guessed right. I'd hoped to meet up with one of my associates tonight. A warlock I'd sent to Hartford. Unfortunately, he still hasn't made his appearance.
He might still come. The night's not over yet.
Oh, you're refreshingly naive. We'll see.
Rhetoric. She's interested in the agreement with Hartford. Opponent focus 10%. I don't know, I'm gonna raise it a bit. Yeah, like this. 41%, still 10%. Another one. 95%. Alright. I'll take that. 95. Success! Risk of opponent focus 10. Okay.
What did you hope your emissary would do? Double-cross Iverson?
Oh, please, MM. I'm just curious, that's all.
Diplomats are rarely sent out without good reason. If you sent someone, then there was something in it for you.
Fine. Guilty as charged. I'm very interested in your prince's project. I'd like to transpose it to Atlanta.
Oh.
I contacted the warlocks to try and learn more. I was actually surprised that Deneb agreed to cooperate with Kindred outside his chantry.
Deneb?
Hartford's regent.
Yeah.
I understood that he was the one Hazel was in negotiations with.
Yeah.
Are they really that wary of outsiders?
Warlocks are naturally suspicious of other families,
Yeah.
but Osborne, he's unique. Paranoid, eccentric, and highly intelligent. The type of man you can't manipulate.
You seem to know him pretty well.
Well enough to know not to trust him.
Does she know what's going on out there?
I imagine you received the alert as well.
Yes, I was with your prince when the message was sent.
Do you have any idea who triggered it?
Alas, I have no idea. Iverson didn't care to share that with me. She knows how to control information.
I'm not even sure she knows herself.
She's going to need answers. I doubt her subjects will wait much longer.
I heard about her wedding.
I've heard rumors about you. Something about a wedding?
Oh yes, my wedding to Tigurius. It was fabulous. We had a spectacular celebration.
Congratulate her.
I think congratulations are in order.
Oh, do you? It's a political marriage. Nothing more. Our family needed it.
You did it for the cam?
You seem surprised to hear it. You may not have noticed, but the Camarilla has lost some of its luster since the Ancili left.
Yeah.
Our survival depends on our ability to make compromises.
So what does she think about the court?
You knew Boston when it was a Malkavian city. What do you think about the court now?
Iverson has successfully made her mark. It can't have been easy, with Quentin's grip on the city.
Boston was on the brink of chaos when Hazel took over. I don't always agree with her methods, but she gets the job done.
She knows what she wants. I respect that. Our family needs more leaders like her. That would be a welcome change from our usual weather vanes.
Leave.
I'm sorry, but I've gotta go.
I understand. Duty calls, but before you leave, I have a favor to ask you. I mentioned my emissary earlier. If you hear anything about him, please let me know when you get back, would you?
I thought I was only supposed to focus on my prince. Have you had a change of heart?
Huh. You're using my own words against me? It's a big favor. I'm aware of that. But I'm a loyal friend, and powerful too.
Yeah.
If you can do this for me, I'll owe you one.
Oh yeah, a favor.
I'll let you know if I learn anything.
Thanks, MM. I hope I'll see you again soon, darling. If you need anything, I'll be right here.
Thanks, Victoria. See you later.
Okay. So I got +1 in willpower. I have 4 left. Okay, so yeah, when dealing with other vampires...
Are you going back to Tehran soon?
Of course. There's something romantic about its paradoxes, and I'm a sensitive woman.
What the hell could have happened?
Okay, I'm gonna move back because, yeah, when it comes to a currency between vampires who's got anything they ever wanted, money is meaningless. What is worth more than anything in vampire court are favors. So if I have a favor from the Prince of Atlanta, that's a boon. So yeah, I'll do this little thing for her, no problem. So I cannot drink or else I'll kill this. So can I leave now? Where's the exit? Okay, this is servant, this is Abigail, this is Victoria's. How do I leave? This is where my saves out. Sorry.
What a shitty night.
Do you think the Code Red will last much longer?
I hope not. The faster I get out of here, the better.
What? And Mem Lewis, the Black Rattler's Rose, is afraid of a handful of politicians?
God, no.
Fine. Let me know if I can do anything for you.
I'm looking for Journey. The prince has a floor all to herself. There's a surveillance new unit.
I'm supposed to find Jay. Do you know if she's done talking to April?
Huh. Good question. I saw her earlier, but she wasn't with Miss Bosley. She went into that alcove on your right, but that was a while ago.
Thanks.
You might want to avoid hanging around with her, you know? I've heard stuff about her.
I know, and it's not true. She didn't do anything, all right?
Fine. Sorry. Did you need anything else?
I heard the prince put together a surveillance unit.
Yeah, the cave. Mr. Leto and his team spend their nights there. It's just below us. But don't even think about going down there. It's only for sewer rats.
Of course. Prince our floor to herself.
Miss Iverson has the top floor all to herself.
Yep.
Yes, that's where she's got her office for hearings, as well as her personal quarters. Miss Bosley is the only one who has access to them.
Interesting.
Thanks for the vessel.
My pleasure. Come back anytime you want.
Alright, now so can I go to the alcove that's been blocked by the servant? Alcove to my right means...
Can I help you?
Can you move aside? Alcove to my right, that's not it. This is just a light. The brightness is kind of meh.
I know that perfume. Jay.
Specs? Heightened senses. Aspect enhances your 5 senses. This condition reveals new interaction, detecting sense, listening to conversation from a distance, revealing the past of objects, or even experiencing premonition. You can also discover items that have been hidden using supernatural powers. Okay, so there's a... Oh! There's a scarf is there with the perfume. I can track Journey with the aspects. It's gonna cost me 2 hunger points. Ah, now I see a trail of yellow. I'm gonna follow her.
You want to...
Okay, so one leaves here, and the other goes over there. Okay, she went there, then she took a drink, and then she left over here, on the other side of this curtain. Okay, now the guy is gone. Okay, now the scent is still here.
Underwood and Fang.
Oh.
Zori's ears must be burning.
Underwood and Fang. This is the woman that Caleb feeds to and that promised being a vampire. I'm gonna talk to her.
Hi, Fang.
Good evening, Miss Lewis.
Call me a ma'am, please. Did you come with Caleb?
Yes, but he's so very busy.
You didn't happen to see Journey, did you?
I'm sorry. I don't know everyone's names yet.
Okay. My aspect sense says she took that door. To the archives. Read note. What's this? Internal memo. Dear all, please don't forget that if you have any issues with the archives, you need to contact Lazarus, not me. Thank you. Signed, April. Okay.
Bonnie, now's not the time for this.
I hear the voice, but... Okay, this is Dajan. I'm gonna go into the archives. Bypass lock. Technology. I need 3 technology or a card. I'm not gonna waste my... so I need a card. Maybe I need to take the card from Lazarus. She went over there.
Keltum and Lazarus. I smell gossip.
Secretary or Journey Atkins. I can press aspects again. Oh, it's for me to turn off the thing. Because I reached my destination. Look inside. There's a
I
note.
hope you didn't forget anything, Jay.
Checklist. Evening of September 4th. This is the day after my birthday. Venue reservation? Okay. Venue setup? Okay. Invitation sent? Okay. Limo reservation? Okay. Red Salon vessel? Scene with Dr. Durham? Okay. Servant security? Okay. 2 more needed. Food for vessel and servant? Check with Abby. Check the level of secrecy. Jara? Okay. There's more stockings. There is, I'm gonna leaf through this notebook guest list. Unification party. September between the 4th and the 5th, 2019. Boston Court. Mrs. Iverson, Mr. Coates, Mr. Underwood, Mrs. Drury, Miss McAndrews, Mr. Durham, Mr. Siaka, Mr. Leto, Mr. Bazori, Miss Sellers, Miss Lewis, Miss Bosley, Miss Izanami, Miss Atifa, Mr. Villanueva, Miss Metcalf, Miss Chin, Mr. Gravdal, Mr. Panicucci, and Mrs. Sigtrig's Dottir. Hartford Chantry, Mr. Osborne, Miss Wakefield, Mr. Samuel, Mr. Fleming, Miss Vance, Mr. Wood, Mr. Green, Mr. Chan, Miss Halstead. A companion guest, Miss Natalie Drummond, Mr. Jason Moore, Mr. Edouard Berthollet, Mr. Elian Vum, Miss Karen Hill, Mr. Bo Oglen, Mr. Ruben Sexton, Miss Jennifer Dupree, Miss Barbara Carr, Miss Addie Pruitt, Mr. Benjamin Sager, Mr. Kevin Paul, Mr. Donald Bryan. Vessels for consumption. Ask Dr. Durham for the list of vessels from the Red Salon. Staff. April Bosley, Abigail Nermi, Lazarus Sheridan, Miss Journey Atkins, Miss Keltu Mandan, Mr. Frank Jane, Mr. Tian Wu, Miss Emily Cottrell. Okay. What's this? Is this what I need? Consumable collected. Club business cards. Inventory. What's this? Consumable or single use items that provide bonuses. Most of the time, consumable are used to replenish willpower or eliminate hunger. Each type of gear is advantage and disadvantage when it's equipped. The effects of the gear apply as long as it's equipped. Gear may not be equipped or unequipped during a dialogue. Once they have been collected, consultable items, phones, documents, etc. can also be consulted from inside your inventory. So this is a club business card. Raise on the warmth of hot jazz. Mehmet kept strong ties with this time. Okay, so I'm gonna. This restores 2 willpower. I'm gonna use that right away. All right, 6 willpowers. Yes. Item use. Look at the picture.
Is it Kala Saw?
Oh.
Jay always got along well with her sire.
This
Lucky
is
bitch.
Lucky bitch, yeah. And this is the computer. Recover search history 5. Technology 2. I can do that. I can do that. I can totally do that. Let's do it. 5. Oh shit, it's gonna take 5 willpower. I'm gonna be down to 1. Alright, it's okay.
He was looking for a file that Jara took from the archives. Interesting.
Archive database, search history, Outford, unification party file withdrawn by Jara Drury, September 1st, 19. Hartford party file, no matches. International place party file, no matches. Emails from Jara Drury. Received message from Jara to me, September 4th, 2019. Subject, maintaining order. Ask our retainers to arrive before sunset for more discretion. From Jara to me. Forward, need confirmation. I'm still waiting for that paper. Emails to Abigail Nurmi.
Her last message to Abigail.
I need you to track down the file on the 1998 Solstice Party. Page 3 should be of interest to you. Why? Do I need to talk back to Abigail?
The file. I wonder where they put it. That could be of interest to me.
Okay. So, find journey. Grunge is not dead. There's a set of pictures. There's some vinyl discs. Okay, so this is still the trail of... still goes further. Oh no, it's on the other side of the... I still need the card. Secretary of Khartoum Hamdan. I'm gonna open it.
It's locked.
Oh, it's locked. Listen carefully to... Oh yeah, I'm gonna use Aspect to eavesdrop. No problem.
This can't be happening.
I swear, she was standing there, playing me for a sucker, pretending she just happened to be in the archives.
And what did you say to her?
I played dumb. I said, "As you like, Miss Abigail Nurmi." And I left.
What did she take?
A page from a file about an old party that she...
Page 3.
But why would she need that? Why now?
Wonder.
Okay. Now my hunger is at 4. Wait. Which office am I right now? Wait. Abigail Nurmi. Okay, so I'm in Abigail's office. Okay, that's good. This is where I need to go. All right, I see still smoking cigarette with a note inside. Is it burning? Analyze paper, education, read note. No, I won't. I cannot check the paper. Can I read it from here? I use you would be jam. Cannot read. I can understand the words, but I cannot make a sentence out of the words I'm reading. Consult.
Battery's dead.
Oh shit! No battery. Open the drawer.
Battery's dead.
No drawer.
Oh, I'm playing with fire. If someone spots me.
You got Aspect. See someone's around. All right, read.
Battery's dead.
No, read. History of the Jefferson Library. The library was closed in 1935 following the construction of the various university campuses. It was acquired by Miss Hazel Iverson in 1946. Well. In 1960, Miss Iverson ceded it to members of the Gemini League, a resistance group fighting against English oppression from the cities of Hartford and New Haven. Since then, the Hartford Chantry has moved in, discreetly at first during the reign of the Quentin King, and then openly since our prince, Mrs. Iverson, took the throne. The transfer of ownership was made official in 2014. This gift is a strong signal sent to the warlocks by our prince. This place fulfilled the rules imposed by its new owners, and it is an extension of the Hartford Chantry's domain. Our prince does not have jurisdiction there in the interest of cordial and diplomatic relation. Any kindred who enter the premises uninvited will be the subject to the laws of the Hartford Chantry. The prince has informed the court of the risk involved in going to the Jefferson Library without approval, even though relations with the Hartford Chantry are excellent. Okay. Can I close? Oh, is there anything else? No, there's old digital camera, a notebook, and some weird trophy, and a series of pencils and pens. Okay, this battery is dead. What about here? Is that a... Recover deleted messages, technology, consult pager. Okay, so this is a pager. No, I don't have enough willpower for that anyway. Take a look. Confidential, Domain Administration 2018. An annual financial report at Miss Iverson's request. This report provides a summary of Mrs. J. Moore's annual audit of the finances and administration of Miss Iverson's domain. The data provided by our wealth manager leads us to conclude that the accounting year was balanced for this year. The absence of any substantial profit is explained in part by the investment made in the development of the red salons, namely, development and expansion of the red salons on Sailor Street, owned by Dr. Richard Dunham, purchase of lab equipment, refrigerated cabinet, decoration, expansion of the bar area, investment in Dr. Doran's research, external laboratory expenses, specific mortal test subject, purchase of several real estate properties for the expansion of the red salon chain. Another portion of the profits were transferred to the Hartford Chantry to support thaumaturgy research, as stipulated in the pre-unification agreements. Mr. J. Moore reported that in July, and had requested a detailed account of the expenses incurred, which appear to have corrected some of the occasional excesses in their estimate. In this respect, we would like to emphasize that given the success protecting our interests, it is strongly recommended that Mr. J. Moore's personal protection be maintained from the coming year. Mr. J. Moore's recommendation for 2019, expansion of the real estate portfolio in the neighborhood as adjacent to the domain. Mr. J. Moore has managed to convince about 30 owners to stagger the acquisition throughout the year. The projected investment is $60 million, with an actual value of $82 million. Development of the red salons, continued investments in Dr. Doran's research, but with the establishment of a financial administrator in the person of Mr. Underwood to manage the financial aspect of the sites. Continued funding of the Hartford thaumaturgy research on this subject. Mr. J. Moore recommends that the unification agreements with the Hartford Chantry stipulates that this research to be relocated to Boston following the signature of the agreements. In fact, he thinks it is preferable to monitor the amounts involved as closely as possible. That can be good. Sorry. There's a map. This looks like Boston and Hartford. What else is there? Picture of Abigail and some ornaments. There's a window. It looks like fake sunlight. What now?
I've gotta hurry. I'm not supposed to be here.
Where did she go then? She went here, then she went here. April Bosley. This is April Bosley's office.
Oh, you again.
Hello.
What do you want?
September 4, 2019, 9:10 current business presentation of the report notification party started on guests arrive. September 7, 2019, tour of Mr.
What a nightmare.
Private audience all night. September 12, 2019, meeting with Mr. Underwood on the management of Red Salon. The meeting with Dr. Doran integrating thaumaturgy to the Red Salon. Security review with Ms. Drury and Ms. Toledo. September 13, 2019, monthly meeting with Mr. J. Moore. Reread speech of the Primary Council on October 21st. Come up with more authoritative ending. Sorry, I wanted to talk to you. I didn't want to talk to your...
April,
Have you seen Jay anywhere?
Agenda.
You can't let her out of your sight for 2 seconds.
The prince sent me to get her.
I can't discuss that with you.
What? They're close. I won't tell anyone. What does Journey risk, or drop it? I cannot use a psychology check. I don't have enough. I don't even have a iota in psychology. I won't tell anyone. What does Journey risk?
Not that I think in a million years this is what happened, but what if Jay messed up somehow? What would happen to her?
Depends on the mistake. And how bad the consequences were. At best, the prince will be mad. At worst...
Final death.
Destruction?
Yeah. There's a good chance of that.
I won't tell anyone.
You can tell me. My lips are sealed.
The only way I can make sure you don't talk is to keep my own lips sealed.
Will you drop it?
Fine. I won't insist. If you see her, tell her I'm looking for her.
Yeah, sure.
What attitude? It's a good thing I was careful earlier.
Can I consult her laptop? While she's not even looking. Celerity! Receive messages from Beryl Underwood to April Bosley, January 3rd, 2019. Subject satisfaction for once. For once, I wanted to say how much progress Journey has made in organizing the opening night of the Red Salon. I stopped by for a surprise visit last night to check the quality of the services, and you did not disappoint. Please don't embarrass us in front of Hartford. Signed, BU. Email to group. Sent message from April Bosley to organization group, September 4, 2019. Subject last minute checklist. Dear all, although the most important guests will most likely arrive late, be ready by 9 p.m. because you never know. Please check the following things every 15 minutes. State of the vessel. No excessive drunkenness unless desired by one of our guests. Impeccable cleanness. Everywhere. All the time. Make sure that everyone is comfortable. There are enough of you to satisfy any requests. If there's a problem, page me. Make sure that no one is bored while waiting for Mrs. Iverson and Mr. Osborne to arrive. They're scheduled to be there at 11:30 p.m. If anyone asks, but nothing's for sure as usual. The party is of the utmost importance in the word of Miss Iverson. Mistake will not be tolerated. Signed, April Bosley. Okay.
What a nightmare.
Okay, so I can go here. This is a map of Boston.
Bosley's looking for answers.
Hazel's gonna want answers.
So yeah, the trail end here. Oh, there's a vase with a
if
rose.
Zeus had chosen flower to reign over all others, the rose would be queen.
Okay, then she went that way.
Took the elevator to get here.
Yeah, she went up. This is where I came. This is where I started the game. Come on, can I use the elevator? Open, damn it. Where's the button? Why can't I press a button? Melon! I wish I had dominate. You, servant, open the elevator for me. But I don't have it. Wrong character. God.
Ma'am.
This is where I came from, right? Yes. It's so dark. I need to adjust the brightness. This should be enough. Okay. Yeah, she took the elevator. This door is locked anyway. Don't tell me the game is scuffed again. Do I need to talk to someone else? No, no. Yeah, the trail really... Unless I overlooked something before going there. No. What about that office? Lazarus Sheridan. There's some sort of card. Take. No, examine.
That must be the card they used to open the archives.
Ah, I need that. I need that. Consult sheet. Provincetown Library. Maybe some old books of the First Kindred. Boston Public Library. Still have some unexplored archives. Taunton Public Library. Some works forbidden to the public on the determined nature. Jefferson Library in Boston. Probably some very rare thaumaturgical archives. But access is risky. Woburn Public Library, Unexplored Archives, Cambridge Library, 2 ancient tomes on the history of the Ventrue in Boston. Okay. Cute, but... Oh, what's this? Take a look.
These books are gorgeous.
Okay.
Lazarus must have paid a fortune for them.
Alright. So, back to the archive. I'm gonna use my card. Swipe card. Open sesame. No, where did she go?
Jay, what were you doing in the archives?
You went over there. You opened this locker. You went and searched the red ledger. Track aspects or read. Confidential file.
From a few years ago. It's the one Journey asked Abigail to look at.
Yeah. Page 1, page 2. At the request of our Prince Quentin King, the winter solstice will be celebrated at his home on the 21st of December for the entire night. This is
on about a party from a few years
ago.
It's the one Journey asked Abigail to look at.
It's on the solstice is on the 12th of 21, 1998. Invitation message approved by our prince. Your esteemed Prince of Boston, Quentin King, does you the distinct honor of inviting you to the winter solstice celebration at his home. Inspired by pagan masquerade, please come accompanied and above all masked. You will be able to pledge your respect and allegiance to your revered prince through the longest night of the year. You are expected at 7:30 p.m. on 12/21/1998. Please note, refusal is not an option. The safety of N+1 is not guaranteed. What? This is page 1.
Page 3 was torn out. There are traces of blue ink on page 2.
Okay. I think I can use my aspects to track. Read again.
A file about a party from a few years. Page 3 was torn out. There are traces of blue ink on page 2.
Okay, now I can track the page. Now there's a blue trace. Okay. It went to Abigail's. Oh, the page that was burned. That was it. I cannot... Okay, I can read the note. I need your help.
Connection between the email and the file from the archives.
I need your help. Meet me as soon as possible in an alcove.
At the bar.
Okay.
Abigail, we've got to talk.
Okay, so now I'm gonna go back and talk to Abigail. This is April. Abigail is at the salon. This is the elevator. Okay, so I was never meant to take the elevator. I was meant to confront Abigail. Now my hunger is at 6. Gotta be careful. This is the red salon. Underwood is here. Here's Abigail.
Can I help you?
I know she's seen Journey.
I told you I was looking for Jay earlier. And? I found the note she left you. I wonder what April would say if I showed it to her.
You went through my stuff?
Is that all you're worried about?
No. It wasn't personal. Journey was in a panic. She asked me for the pass to get into Jara's apartment.
Did she say why?
Only that she was looking for evidence. I didn't really get it. Let's keep this between us, all right? April's got other fish to fry.
I'll see about that. I'm going to find her.
Okay, find Abigail.
Jara's apartment.
Go to Jara Joey's apartment on the first floor.
That's on the Primogen floor.
Okay.
What was Jay looking for up there?
So... Is this elevator? No, this is the prince's floor. So the other elevator. No? I'm not sure if I'm going the right way. Servants are guarding a door. Wait, is that Beryl Underwood, Richard Donna, Milda McAndrews? So it is the Primogen floor. Jara Drury and Just doesn't. Okay.
What's she up to?
This is McAdams.
Oh, great. My shadow.
Is this what I think it is? Use your knowledge. No, examine.
Notes from the Convention of Thorns.
Yes, the Convention of Thorns. This is when the Masquerade has been established for the first time in the 12th centuries. This has a Tremere symbol on it.
A book about alchemy? That's a weird thing to keep.
Leave true. On the London court, based on the most recent information available, we can draw to the following conclusion. Although no official census was ever attempted at the turn of the millennium, it was commonly believed that there were many more than 200 vampires living in the Greater London area. The city's massive size made it relatively easy for the newcomer to come and seek their fortune while hiding from the court. As a deterrent, kindred were not registered in the London court were considered to be fair game for the Scourge and other bounty hunter who could practice diablerie. This practice often deterred newcomers, as it had come to involve even the upper echelons of the London Camarilla. Indeed, Queen Anne herself was a practitioner of diablerie, and for a long time she took every opportunity to claim the blood of undesirables. In 2008,
I'm tired of waiting.
Mortals reported an uptick in forensics anomalies, including bodies that temporarily appeared dead. At the same time, the same report was made by a team in charge of human trafficking case. Thus, these new anatomical suspects are referred to as the infected. It is believed today that this information, which was the most recent in our possession, has been cross-checked by several structures in the country, but must not have been taken seriously by Queen Anne. London fell the following year, as did Vienna. Nothing more was heard from them overnight. There are no kindred left to tell us what happened. Communication has been cut off since then. They are too risky. The story of the fall of London gives us hope that mortals believe they have finished us off. Until then, the Camarilla must build an even stronger and more robust masquerade.
Why is she keeping us at arm's length like this? What's she up to?
Do I want to talk to her?
I wish I was outside instead of being cooped up in here.
So, what exactly did Hazel want with you?
Talk about journey. She doesn't need to know. Nothing but smoke. Do I tell her or not? You know what? She doesn't need to know.
I'm sorry, but this is between Hazel and me.
I can't believe it. Don't you see what she's doing?
Yeah, she's asking
for Sinister. Where's the blood and gore?
We haven't heard from anyone at the party all night. Many of our own didn't make it home. And she's still reigning through division. She's doling out information strategically. It's the worst possible thing to do in a crisis. And we needn't even mention how she treats the Primogen. She straight out refuses to see us.
Okay, yeah, about the blood and gore, I'm not sure if I reached that point yet, because I'm still in chapter 1. I figure out, I'm trying, I can barely find my bearings. Like, as soon as there's a new action, they still show me a tutorial about how to do it. And, yeah, it takes, there's a bit of a learning curve. Right now, Vampire the Masquerade is a lot about politics inside of the game, so you have to understand the game of it if you want to play the game with a capital G. And right now the prince is as a council. The council doesn't trust her, and she wants us to do something, and if we succeed, she's gonna give us a spot at the Primogen Council, because she wants she trusts us and she wants an ally on that side. And right now we're talking to our sire, who's already in the council, and it's a former lover, and we kind of drifted apart. So Vampire the Masquerade is more about drama than blood and gore. There's probably gonna be blood and gore further on in the game, because it's supposed. Right now we're in Code Red. We have no idea what's going on. We are cooped up inside the Ivory Tower until we get new orders, if there's an open war or anything. But right now, it's like the rules are stay safe, stay in the safe house, and that's it. Is he jealous or something, or that's worrying?
She's isolating herself. It's a bad sign. Hazel's gone completely paranoid. She asked me a ton of questions.
You understand why I'm worried?
I don't need this right now. I've gotta go. I've got stuff to do.
Be careful.
Okay, so there's more books. Treatise on Thaumaturgy, also known as Blood Sorcery. The discipline combines vitae and mortal sorcery. There are no knowns, limits to
I'm
the
tired
type
of waiting.
of rituals. No limits to type ritual created by the Tremere on their fields of application. We will focus here on the different branches of this science, which is not exhaustive because few can testify the secret of the blood witches. The path of blood, where the powers of Vitae can be manipulated, and the ritual where thaumaturgical formula with innumerable effects are invented and jealously guarded. Okay. This looks like a Bible.
Annals on the First Inquisition.
Oh, okay. The Inquisition, what a show, the Inquisition. Excerpt from the history of the Boston Camarilla. The first kindred in Boston was Madeline Coventry, a Tremere elder from the Winchester gentry. In 1635, shortly after that, the Blue Bloods from the city enrolled the entire Massachusetts colony. After trying out the thaumaturges, the Brewhog and Grell Malkow family took control of the city during the American Revolution in 1783. There was much confusion regarding the distribution of power. The Tremere returned to the city and created the Boston Chantry. Also a time when the Sabbat, active in Maine, began to attack Camarilla settlements throughout the Boston area. The Tremere Chantries of Boston and Salem competed for dominance for almost half a century before the Sound Colony was overtaken by the Sabbat in 1831. Children of Markov took advantage of the turmoil, seized power in 1825. Quentin III became the prince of the city until his death in 2014. He was killed! I thought he left. Oh, he left. Probably his minion left. But yeah, he was killed in 2014. Having supposedly given in to the beginning. Okay. So he answered the beacon and he died. Quentin King has to contend with the machination of the Sabbat, the powerful Giovanni in Boston. It's true, the Giovanni are very powerful. Never underestimate the Giovannis. And the British settlers who vied for his position. More than a century of secret allegiance was forged to pit one group against the other and eventually defeat them by tearing each other apart. The prince kept the Sabbat horde at bay, in part of accepting the British support of William Biltmore. A number of American vampires were unhappy with the British Britain, created the Kindred of Liberty to oppose colonization in Hartford and New Haven. Resistance was organized under the name of the Gemini League. I see. Beginning freed the city from the British influence, as well as for the control of the children of Malka, but perhaps the fact that London has not been responsive for several days was a reason for the British withdrawal. In any case, Miss Hazel Iverson, a member of the Cole, what's the Cole? Naturally rose to the head of the domain, restoring Boston to its former glory. Long tarnished by her predecessor collaboration with London and Boston, was once again American, strong and free. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so that was an interesting insight around. Wait, I need to go see. Jara, yeah. So I'ma go that way. She's Toreador. She used to be a dancer. She's totally Toreador. Our main characters, there are three of them. One of them is Ventru. He's from the Ottoman Empire. The other one is the Seer of the Prince. She's Malkav, and this is the Toreador. So that's why she has aspects. Jara Jory, no return. Choice mark with no return indicate no going back. Before selecting one of these options, make sure you're done with the areas we explore. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna check everything before knocking on that door. This is something. I call this painting Lions in the Ocean. Don't ask. This is Dajan. I don't need to talk to Dajan. Okay, I think I'm done. I only got one willpower left. Let me check how my hunger, how does it portrayed? Talents? No. Yeah, the Malkavian are really insane. Okay, I'm at hunger of 2. I see. I see. Okay. Oh, I never see Deneb Osborne. Whoops. So this is Deneb Osborne. Oh, that guy. 1909, 10th generation, sire unknown, a Tremere, sleight of hand, popular magician. I'll read that later. I'm gonna go see Jara. Saving, yeah. What's this face? Must be a painting of some sort. Oh, here's Journey.
Shit.
Where are you?
So this is where you've been.
Oh, Jesus, it's you. You scared the shit out of me. How did you find me?
You're really bad at covering your
Your
tracks.
smell.
Are you alone?
What the
Your
hell
perfume.
is going on?
Shit, Mem. It's a fucking nightmare. The code red is definitely because of the party.
Huh?
April told me Hazel was gunning for me. She thinks I'm responsible for this shit show. So, you're hiding in Rory's room?
I'm looking for evidence. I saw that Jara had the file on the party. It's got all the contracts and stuff in it that will prove I did my job right. But
Okay.
I can't find them. It was my only shot to defend myself against her.
She needs to calm down. Don't say anything. Oh. Should I? Okay, okay. You know what?
Hey, slow down. It's gonna be all right.
I just need to turn you over
They
to the
don't
prince.
have anything on you, do they?
No, of course not. I did everything right, ma'am. I was the one who rented the place. Same as always. Rooftop, away from prying eyes. I met with Richard to organize the vessels. I arranged for limos to be sent for the Hartford Chantry.
Yeah?
I went through the same secure limo agency as usual. They're ours, so there's no risk. What the hell could have gone wrong?
I don't know. But there's no time to think about it. Hazel wants to see you.
And she asked you?
Yep. Take her to the prince, or she should run. Do I need a spot in the Primogen that bad? Am I gonna turn friend for power? Meh. I would not be the first vampire to do that sort of shit.
It's gonna be fine, Jay. I'm sure you can explain everything.
I'm scared, ma'am.
Don't worry about anything.
Yeah, because
I'm
either the
here.
prince gonna be mad or she's gonna get killed. Yeah, prince. Prince is a non-gender, genderless title. Women can be prince, not princess. Oh. Okay, now we're switching the story to Leisha. This is the Malkav. So I can choose a profile. So let's see. What can I? Investigator, knowledge and skill, jack of all trades, veteran, free. I'm gonna be the investigator. This is the reason why Obfuscate is born, right? Obfuscate and Auspex. Natural born investigator, am I right? So, this is my sheet. 1 physical, 1 social, 2 mental. 1 rhetoric, 1 persuasion, 1 psychology, 2 deduction, 1 negation. Okay, so this is investigator build. Perfect. I have no available experience. Sucks. I cannot upgrade anything, but I like that. Yeah. She's a crazy one. She sees visions of the future. And she has to take care of her child, and she's a Malkavian too, but she's 1 generation older than her. So I suspect that her own child is a sire, and she turned her own mother a vampire because she needed protection. Yep. What's your favorite clan? My favorite clan is Malkavian. It's like no questions asked. Anyone who know me would say Malkavian. You're a natural born Malkavian, and I don't mind at all. Cancel all old and so okay. So if I don't, my discipline 1 aspects, 2 obfuscate, 1 dominate. Perfect. Perfect. I wanted 2 more points on obfuscate, so I got cloak of concealment, and yeah, the mask of stealth. Unseen passage. I cannot be seen if I want to. no hunger cost. And okay, let's apply. Action.
Leisha, it's good to see you.
Be good, sweetie.
How was your reunion with Halsey?
Thank you, Hazel. Your gift was wonderful. You shouldn't have troubled.
You're welcome. We should never have kept you apart for this long.
Good evening, Delson.
Good evening, Leisha.
Who's Delson? I never meet him. Delson Coates.
How are you feeling?
I feel great. Better and better since I got my little sugar fangs back.
Wonderful.
I haven't seen Richard yet. Does he know I've been released from the Institute?
No, I'm the prince. It was my decision. He is your psychiatrist, but you don't need his permission for everything.
True.
He wasn't at the party, was he?
I'm searching for everyone who's still missing. Don't worry about him.
Thank you.
Leisha, I know I can be frank with you. For 4 years, I have been working to heal the city's wounds.
Yeah.
You've already helped me avoid traps in the past.
It's true that she doesn't remember, but it's pointless saying anything, so I'm gonna say nothing.
You're not like the other children of Malkav. Quentin King knew that.
The Mad King. I remember, yeah.
I had you released from the Institute because your premonitions are the most detailed, the most accurate. I wanted them to help me understand the Chantry's hand more clearly before we signed our agreement with them. But this alert changes everything. I need to understand what's just happened. Did you sense anything, possibly about what happened tonight?
I'm not gonna lie to my prince. No, nothing at all lie. No. I want to know what's going on, and she might help figure all the shit out. Because the beginning of the game was all flickers and flashes of people dying, and I have no context. No context at all. Yeah.
I saw images, but they had nothing to do with this party. It didn't make any sense. It was a long, white hallway.
You were dead, and you were dead, and you were dead.
But it's a good start.
I'm sorry, I can't be of more help.
Don't be sorry. There's something else you can do for me. Your discretion can still be of use to me. I need to be sure that none of the members of my council are going to take advantage of the situation.
Of course. Of course she doesn't trust them.
You don't trust them?
You can never be too careful.
True.
You and Delson are the only two people I trust entirely.
Wow.
The members of the council have their council lodgings here. It gives them the impression that they have power, and it means I can keep an eye on them. I'm going to give you the key. Go and see if you find anything that could make me doubt their loyalty. Anything that might make me think there's something in the works.
All right.
See if they're plotting.
Miss
Yeah,
Drew
got it.
burned the midnight oil to make sure this event was secret. I imagine there might be some evidence in the information she gathered. I need it.
All right, consider it done.
You've never disappointed me, Leisha. Please don't start today. Until then, I hope to have found more information. But above all, don't share what we've discussed with anyone. I don't need more gossip.
Can I take Halsey with me?
Of course.
All right then. I'll be right back.
Okay, she's obfuscated. And we are too. I like the effect.
Damn it, I don't believe it.
Journey. Oh, this was moments away. We were in the room, but we weren't seen. Nice. Yep. It's Time has come. Yeah. Oh no!